G'day, g'day, lads. I know what I can and cannot afford. Good, good. Keep it in mind. Howdy, howdy, lads. God, my hair looks like shit. Don't worry about it, guys. It's so fine. You know, I'm gonna take my hair out. That looks fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it, Hannah. God. I haven't really seen myself in the mirror much today. And I'm like, it's fine. That's what I'm gonna keep telling myself. I'm sure Lily will come in here and be like, oh my god, you're beautiful! And I'll be like, okay, I feel better now. God, I look really short right now, just because I'm slouching. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Happy Easter to all who celebrate, and if you're still in Easter, you know, I'm sure there's some of you still trapped in the Easter dimension. Don't worry, you'll be free soon. So, enjoy it while you can, okay? Mirrors are bad, don't listen to them. You know what? You're right. You're totally right. It's alright. Do-do-do-do. I'm totally on top of everything. Do-do-do. Anyway. Illy. There we go. Hello. Hi. It's been a couple of days. Again, I only say that because I always feel so discombobulated when I like go somewhere for only like 2 to 3 days, because now I'm like back and I'm like, wait a second, I streamed Friday? Like what do you mean I streamed Friday? That means I only left on Saturday and it's Monday. What even happened? Anyway, I had a good weekend. And this was a regular weekend. Well, you need to fix it. I need system maintenance update. Immediately! Stat, mister! Come on! Yeah, no, so for the weekend, from Saturday to literally today, I was with my parents at home. So we went and visited them over the weekend. Free transport! Let's fucking go. Everyone can get fucked. I'm just saying, guys. Melbourne has free transport and life has never tasted so beautiful. Just revel in it, okay? Revel in the, you know, the silver linings of, you know, potential terrible things. Yeah, it's going well. Installing -1 hour patch 2026 -1. Yeah, just so Adara and I went down to Geelong to hang out with our parents, and it was good. We kind of just stayed at home and played board games and card games with each other. Adara brought some, we had some with the parents. We played, what did we play? We played Categories. If you know, you know. Played some Quiddler. Played some, yeah, we just played some games. It was a really good time and ate food, went to church, got chocolate. And you know, here we are, hanging out. So yeah, let's get back into the game. I've also was cutting my nails, so if you guys will literally give me like 2 seconds to work on my fucking final nail, that would be great. I was doing this while the 2-minute thing. If there is anything I'm doing in the final there is always like a very limited number of things that I do in the first 2 minutes before stream starts. 1 is get the game itself up. 2, quickly running to the toilet. 3, quickly running to fill up my drink bottles that I totally forgot to fill up. And or cutting my nails, okay? Or I'm gazing into the abyss like the bitch I am. Okay, that's just how life go, I suppose. Yay. It doesn't feel like Monday, guys. Is it Monday? Let me just double check. It does say Monday. Wow, isn't that crazy? I didn't really look at the date today much. Actually, no, that's a lie. I literally looked at it earlier when it said the 6th. So I'm on top of things. That's good. God, we're less, like, it's just, anyway. I had a good weekend. That's the point. Okay, and now we're gonna go back into the Great Ace Attorney. I am hoping we get damn close to completing this game today. Like, we're gonna be so close, probably. Which reminds me, I need to open the walkthrough on my phone. Where's the walkthrough? There it is. Part 1. Well, I want part 2. Where's part 2? Yeah, trial part 2. So there's 4 parts to this trial part. We're up to the second part, so we might get very close to the end. At least most things will hopefully be worked out by then. We'll find out. Walkthrough, of course. All right, we need to expedite when possible. When needed. Expedite the process. Let's play. I don't have much to say, obviously. I'm just hanging out, okay? I had a good time. I played games, I did things, and now I'm home. But I have to get back into doing regular stuff, so that's fun. Anyway, voices. Okay, witnesses are retaking the stand. That's right. Okay, so what has happened is these guys totally did a crime, okay? They stole stuff and things were potentially stolen, even though we found this out by looking at 2 different photos and it didn't feel realistic at all, but that's fine. Oh yeah, governor. Oh, I did, gov. I did. I gave those 2 the same voice because it was easier. Mr. Skulkin. Oh, God, blimey. This is gonna be hard work. Earlier in the trial, you gave the following testimony about your actions when you entered Windy Banks. I didn't see no one. Well, it was Bedlam, soon as, weren't it? It was, Nash, it was. Didn't even have time to pull my dukes out of my Lucy lockets. My dukes. However, that was a lie. You brothers... Cool, blimey! On the 9th question, you rifled through the items of the victim's counter. We never done nothing of the sort. How you figured that out? Was he saying that to me or them? Hold up a second. He was like, each lie that passes your lips serves to increase the severity of your punishment. And that, gentlemen, may deal a crushing blow to your chances of ever seeing the light of day again. Okay, so he's being serious towards the witnesses, not us. Yes. Oh, hi, Lily! Hey, Han, I heard the news and I'm really sorry that you haven't signed up to my newsletter. Now introducing, oh my god, Lily, I would love to hear your newsletter, okay? It'd be you coming up with a bunch of like new, like D&D ideas. That's all it is. Say no more, Gov, we'll blab, we'll squeak, we'll peach. Yo, peach. So when BG3? I'm contemplating it. Illegal entry, the whole truth. I'll tell you all. Good. Okay, take your time. Well, okay, I wanted to have a sleep in and I need to have a shower. Or I could shower before I go to bed. I should have showered this afternoon, to be honest. Should be fine most days. See, I'm not. That's the problem. I only have Tuesday. And that annoys me because I've been doing all this other stuff the last several days and I want one day to myself. But I only have one day of this week to be able to hang out with you, and I want to hang out with you. But I need to fit in a shower too. I can also wake up earlier and we can play at some point before stream now because we both had daylight savings. Oh, okay. Let's talk about that for a second. I forgot about daylight savings for one. Two, what does that mean again? Can you explain to me so right now, is my usual 8 p.m. Does that earlier or later for you? Oh god, she's gorgeous. Lily, please. Focus on the task at hand. What am I doing? Right, we knock a few things over, but we weren't rifling with nothing. It was when we heard the gunshot, see, made us both jump, and that stuff went flying. Mommy didn't give a fright. We was thinking the shooter come out the door and get us next. We stuck everything back where we found it, scarpered straight into him in the back. What? Couldn't have shot the pawnbroker, see? We never had a chance, did we? It's later for me. Basically 2 hours later for me now. My stream. Okay, so does that mean when I wake up, it's later in the evening for you? Or earlier in the evening for you? Because you sent a message at like 4 this morning. Wait, no, 2. You sent a message at 2. When I was on the train, you sent a message to me at 2. And I was like, shit, what is she doing awake so early? But then you were like, man, I'm so well rested. So, like 12 to 1 a.m. Basically starts to when you wake up, I mean. Like 8. Guys, I'm so good with times. Okay, don't worry about it. So I admit to the defense's accusation. You did indeed ransack Mr. Windybugs' countertop that night. No, ransack Governor, no. That's right, Ash. That's right. It's more like we tidied up, yeah. Sorry. By their own admission, these brothers entered the pawnbroker under dubious circumstances. However, they panicked and fled on hearing the gunshot, having first made good their mess. What you say? It hardly sounds like roughs at all. We don't, Nash. We don't. Come. You gotta make us sound a bit more cutthroat. It's noon here at the moment. You're 8 hours ahead of me. Okay. Okay. So what you, oh yeah, so 8 o'clock tomorrow morning is 8. Okay. I can wake up at 5 or 6 a.m., which is 1 to 2 p.m. for you, if that works on any day. Okay, my math was so off. I don't understand. What? Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. 3:30? Like 3-ish? Like 3 p.m. Is 3 p.m. okay? Because Adaria is staying like, because she has a dentist appointment tomorrow. So we could totally fluff around. 3:30 p.m. That works for me. Okay. I'm like trying to like rethink through everything. See, this is the problem. I always want to do something with my afternoon, right? I always get to 3 o'clock, brains out, doesn't want to do anything else. My attention span dies after 3 o'clock. But if Adara is away longer, we can play 3:30 to 5:30, bare minimum, maybe a bit longer even. And then, yeah, no, it's so dumb. Oh my god. Okay, cool. That works really well. That's really good to hear, Lily. Okay, because at the moment I've been like, I don't have a lot of mornings free, but I do. But if I'm working, like I think, like, well, this week for example, I'm like, afternoon shift and the morning shift. And it's like, I could do stuff in the afternoon. So it's really good to hear that like you can do afternoons now effectively. Okay, 3:30. You know what? I'm gonna put it in my thing because I will forget. I will also say if you're suddenly unavailable or plans change, I'm fine with that, and I want you to prioritize yourself more and force also my finger. It's ouchie. I like the idea of you like you're typing through the pain like it hurts, no, ouchie, but no, I will never stop. Thank you, Lily. I know, you know me. Forever want to please people, but also like I want to be an introvert. I keep saying to Adara, I'm like, I'm actually kind of like stressed out because like I keep getting like stressed out. Look how brave and strong I am. Yeah. I've been really stressed, guys, because I had a whole 6 days off, okay? But basically every single day I've been lined up like hanging out with someone or I've been with my parents. And like, I'm an introvert, okay? There is nothing I want more than to have like 4 to 5 days off and talk to no one. That is my fucking dream. And I want it so bad, okay? I want 4 days in a row. I don't want to talk to Adara. I don't want to talk to anyone, okay? I want to be fully introvert mode for several days. But it won't happen because I always plan something. Or I'm like, oh my god, I have this time to like hang out with this person now. And it's just because obviously I'm still a social creature at the end of the day, while still obviously craving just absolute silence. But yeah, it's just like, I've had 6 days off and it's like, went to the movies again. Hung out with the usual crew, the squad, parents. Still gonna hang out with Lily, and then I'm back at work. So I feel that, but I love you and I want to play Baldur's Gate. We need to at least, like, as I said, when I get to 3:30 my attention span dies, so it won't feel as bad for me. It won't feel as bad for me. Okay, this is good option. Okay. Oh, hi Aylin. G'day. I believe in you. Ouchie. Have you been, Aylin? Yeah. Back when I was a teenager, I shared my room with my brother, and my social battery was perpetually dead, and I could barely get any alone time, lol. It was misery. That is, yeah, that's such a feels. Honestly, kids deserve their own rooms, full stop. Adara and I know a pair of sisters that shared a room with each other way too long, right? Like, honestly, they should have had their own rooms at like probably 13 because they were like, you know, just constant like kind of static between them, you know? Been okay. That's fair. Happy Easter. Good to see you, Aylin. I love you. I had a lovely weekend. I played a bunch of games. I watched Dad play Skyrim, which I told you about. Dad took so long just to get through like one dungeon in Skyrim. It was so cute, I'll be honest. But it was also like, it was interesting watching it and being like, damn, I wish I could like walk through the game as slowly and carefully as Dad does, because he's so careful, you know, he doesn't know what's ahead of him, you know, he dies, he has to reload, and dies again, has to reload, and then keeps sneaking forward, and he's not super good with the controls and stuff like that. Like, it is genuinely impressive just seeing him play through the game, versus me now that's like, novice, move aside, Dragonborn coming through. Your dad's cool. I know, right? Happy Easter. I forgot it's Easter again. That's okay. We have chocolate. That's all that matters. And then everyone would get mad at me when I wanted some quiet or alone time. People be weird. Dude, everyone needs quiet alone time. Also, do you like my new jacket? I got it from the men's section. Yeah, I'm buying everything from the men's section now. It's pretty nice, right? So it's corduroy. It's like the inside's not as like comfy as it could be, but it's still nice. And like once it warms up, it's nice and warm. So I look real comfy. And obviously I look a fraction more like my dad. So I'm just gonna morph into my dad. Is that weird to say? I don't know. Whenever I'm ever like anyone's like, oh man, you look like your dad, I'm like, yeah, I'm literally all genetic. My genetics are all my dad. Except for my brains. Brains are closer to mom's. With that sweet autism. You haven't reached your final form yet. Yeah. Hope you're doing well, sleep. Oh yeah, back to the game. Anyway, sorry, I just want to show off the jacket because I hadn't showed off the jacket the other day. But it's been real comfy. It's kind of like light enough because the inside's not super fluffy though. It means it's not like making me like too hot, I guess. Like it's not making me uncomfortable. It's nice. Damn, that was a quick walkthrough. You're a quick walkthrough. It's a good one. Hi all. I'm the unfortunate strong mix between the two of my parents. Ugh. Man, Con's speaking his own language over there. Con's gonna learn Morse code in a second. Anyway, praise orb. Hello, everybody. Happy Easter, and I hope you all got enough chocolate, okay? Remember to have a great time and look after yourselves, okay? Bye-bye. Good orb. Very good orb. All right, back into the business. We're gonna get through this game, guys. Every time I'm like, let's do this. Okay, if that's the case, then why did you testify to that effect in the first place? Well, you know, we ain't exactly squeaky clean, are we? We ain't. If we admitted to something like that, people would think was up to no good. Well said, Ringo. Me, old China, we only land ourselves in even more trouble. And in fact now, as a result of lying in your previous testimony, that's exactly what you've done. Landed yourselves in even more trouble. Oh, well, that's rotten luck. Witnesses, explain your actions to the court. Why did you ransack the victim's room? We never ransacked nothing. Right, Nash, right! More like we tidied the place up. Oh, sorry. I got a single egg and some roll-ups because I can't have chocolate. That actually sounds delicious. God, it's hot now. Every day is a cataclysm. Roll-ups sound really good though. So what you're saying is, the sound of gunshots shocked you so much you knocked all of those things off the counter? Well, it shocked one of us that much, yeah. This bag of nerds needs to learn to keep his shirt on. Look, it was loud, alright? Blimey, my dead granny would have woken up at that bang. Whoa. Big bruv here screamed like a bloomin' baby and fell over on the counter. He knocked over a load of books, candlestick, and some skull whatnot. Hold up, let me look at the photo. It's been a while since I looked at the photo. Is that everything that's on the thing? The skull, the pile of books. Did they say anything about a doll? Some skull whatnots. Wait. Books, candlestick. He doesn't say a doll. I got tangled in some marionette. What knocked me a picture frame? What knocked them scales off? Okay. Really mastered working quietly then. What a racket. My granny would have been scared back into her grave and I caught a ladder like that. The gunshot took you by surprise. And then some. I mean, it was as quiet as a mouse and then all of a sudden, blam! Hi. What's up, buddy? Post a picture of whiskey. Oh my god, did I miss that or did I look at it? don't they? Oh no, you just like sent it. Ooh, look at that boy! Oh my god, guys! I sent a bunch. I put a bunch of photos of Rusty in our cute animals chat. If anyone wants to see Rusty photos, he's so cute. He's so old. He's so adorable. It's sad. He's getting old, so he like doesn't want to jump up on things. And like he used to be like so like agitated before, and now he just like plods around, sits, and he stays in one place. And like, okay, don't get me wrong, I've wanted Rusty to like, okay, Rusty always like, he'll sit with me for like 5 minutes and then he'll like move to Adara, and then he'll sit with Adara for maybe like 20 minutes and then he'll move to like mum, and then he'll stay like an hour with mum. That's kind of what he does, right? Like he moves from person to person. I literally had Rusty on the couch for the majority of the afternoon, just cuddled up beside me. Bro did not move at all. And it was like so cute. I was like, oh my god, he's like staying beside me. But also I don't like the fact that that's because he's just too tired and, you know, his leggies hurt too much, you know, to like do anything. Okay. My sister's dog Ramsey will probably pass the Rainbow Bridge this year. Aww. More photos. Poor doggy. We love you, Ramsey. Okay. Never know. You never know with animals. Oh my god. Is it Turtle's birthday? Was this just put in chat? I just didn't notice earlier. Oh yeah, it was okay. It was a couple of hours ago. I don't pay attention all the time, guys. I'm so bad at paying attention. Turtle is the best. But also, I'm too old now. Okay. I'm going to be just as upset. It's okay, Aelin. All the things I taught him as a puppy that frustrated my sister, he can't do anymore because he's blind and old and arthritis and shattered me last time I visited. Aww. It's okay, Aelin. Precious boy. He's been well loved. He's been well loved. That's what matters. What's this guy's voice? Like I keep saying, I don't appreciate being lumped in with these scoundrels. You seem to react just now, Mr. Skulkin said. Did it make you think of something? It's probably nothing, of course. I wouldn't even bother to mention it, only, well, the fact is cases don't get solved if you ignore the little details. As you know, we brought these fellas into the yard for questioning last night, and the statement they gave, they told a slightly different story to what they're saying now. Did it? You claimed you heard the victim shout something out before the gunshot. Might have, Gov, might have. Does ring a bell now you mention it. Granted, I gave them the same voice. Granted, it's only a minor detail, but still, can't help feeling like perhaps you've been a bit sloppy with your testimony here, eh, fellas?
If I discover the witnesses' testimony has been more sloppy than it has hitherto proven to be, I shall be forced to bring the very harshest punishment to bear against them.
Easy, easy. We'll get it right this time. Used to be able to literally just sit on me and pile on me, and I'm the only one he'd do it to with, and now he can't see me or get down back up enough to do it. Aww. Can't chase the water in the garden hose. It's okay, Aelin. It's okay. It's absolute cutest. That's what it sounds like. Then speak. Supplement your testimony. With whatever details have miraculously returned to your questionable minds, sirs. Ah, yeah, you're right, Gov. Sister really couldn't water her plants without Ramsey trying to chase and eat the water. No, we can't do that. It's okay, it's okay. He still loves you no matter what. Give me that gun. We heard a voice yelling out, give me that gun.
Hold it!
Okay. So in fact, you heard the voice and the gunshot almost simultaneously? We did, Gov, we did! Although I bet if we were being honest, we heard a kind of wavering voice before the yelling. No. If you don't want to get shot, give me that gun! Bam. Kind of thing. A career in acting tragically missed. Going to 7 this year? New thoughts. No, don't think like that, okay? Gordon is still a young spring chicken, okay? No, super spring chicken. Maybe like an autumn chicken. Wait, is autumn next? What, summer chicken. He's a summer chicken, all right? Your dog is a summer chicken, all right? That chicken is very fluffy. Where were the voices coming from? Could you tell? Of course we could. On the other side of the door behind the counter it was. In the storeroom where the victim was found dead. And the voice you heard, it was the victim? That you both knew Mr. Windybank and the sound of his voice. Oh, that would mean what? What, Nash, what? Any ideas?
It was console and did it would.
Nah, we didn't know the geezer. How am I supposed to deny when the bloke and all the fancy cobbler giving us the evil eye? If you value your lives, you will ensure your testimony is accurate and true. Van Zeeks is gonna kill somebody. On my granny's life, it is. On his granny's life, it must be. To summarize that, immediately after hearing the voice of the victim, you then heard the gunshot, causing you to stumble and upset the items on the counter and scattering them over the shop. Yeah, make it sound like we're clumsy. Don't forget we tied it up after like good little boys, the way I see it. The bloke what owned the place was holding a gun, so should have just fired instead of yelling at the girl. The bloke what owned the place was holding a gun. Wait, he was holding the gun.
Hold it!
You're saying Mr. Windybanks had a gun in his hand? Oh yeah, but that was a sight, eh? Them two waving them around, guns at each other. Must have gotten pretty heated. I mean, just before he shouted, we heard the geezer say, if you don't want to get shot. Didn't really sound like he meant it, mind. More of an empty threat, you could say. Mr. Windybanks was known to keep a revolver on his shop counter at all times. People say that to protect the articles in his keeping, he'd readily put a bullet in someone's head if required. That's not true, actually. That's someone being himself, of course. Okay, never mind. He does know the guy.
Good grief! Extraordinary devotion!
Well, he certainly sounded like he was ready to pull the trigger the other night. Only the person he was gonna shoot beat him to it. Cooked his goose proper. Bet he wished he'd squeezed the trigger instead of wasting time shouting, give me that gun. And it was directly after those words that you heard the gunshot? It was more or less at the same time, Gov. Give me that gun! Fun thing. I mean, I love these guys. This is me in a Direful board. I'm just saying. I love it. Then we heard the sound of someone hitting the deck, where everything went dead quiet. After that, we done a slapdash job tying in the place up. Lummy, it didn't half give me a fright. We was thinking the shooter'd come out the door and get us next. We stuck everything back where we found it and scarpered straight into him into the black. Couldn't have shot the pawnbroker. See, we never had a chance, did we? Okay, so we need to find a contradiction somewhere. You know, I should have done this when I just finished before, because now I don't know what we have in here. Wait for body to temp regulate. Hate the tism. Makes it take so fucking long. It's okay, Alan. I mean, it's only like 8:30. You got plenty of time. That Gina was holding when she was okay. So this is the contradiction, surely, because I was hoping it would like correct itself, but obviously Gina was said to be holding the gun. Okay. Present?
Objection.
That wasn't the... Also, is this loud enough? I can't tell if it's like my thingy that's like not loud enough or not. Is that enough for me? Okay. Trust. I'm just turning my own. But the gun was wrong. The bloke who owned the place was holding a gun, so he should have just fired instead. Also, like, how did they see the gun, that he was the one holding the gun, if they didn't look in at him? Oh, whatever. We was thinking the shooter come out the door and get us next. But then they still cleaned the place. I don't know, whatever. Where is the third gun then? Why would there be a third gun?
Hold it.
They both had guns, and then the brothers had a gun. Where's the third one? Oh no, there was only 2 guns. Okay, there's still only 2 guns. Sorry, I'm forgetting. Okay, so there was the one gun that was owned by the Skulkin brothers that they shot at Herlock, okay? And then this gun belongs to Windy Banks, but it was found in Gina's hand. Okay. God, I'm losing the plot too. Okay, yes, wherein you fired a shot from your own gun at Herlock Sholmes. Oh yeah, it was a bit nasty there. It was naturally, it was truth, depending on how old I was, already shaking like a leaf when you lot turned up. If you're shaking like a leaf, don't put a loaded gun in your hand. Good advice, miss, good advice. Truth be told, my mind went totally blank. Okay. Mental note made, miss. After that, we legged it down the street, but apparently we looked dodgy to the coppers or somehow, so we clapped the derbies on us like a winky. Oh, I love these sentences, they're so good. And after you'd been handcuffed, the police found this revolver in your possession. Well, yeah. Well, listen, that proves it done it. I need to learn how to make it. Oh wait, the Japanese hit so well for dinner last night and lunch again today. I need to learn how to make it myself so I can make it to freeze, like meal prep. I haven't even tried making katsu chicken. I should try making katsu chicken. I just, you know, you have to make the crumb a very specific way, right? We never had a chance, did we? Do I have proof of otherwise? You know, I'm just gonna press and we'll see what happens. At that time, the victim was already in the storeroom, having been forced to open the door by the accused who had a gun to his head. In other words, in the night in question, these two witnesses never even laid eyes on the proprietor of the pawnbrokery. That's not true! You got it, mister. Down to a T. That's not true. He literally described earlier that he saw him. Whatever. Only a single discharge on the gun. So a single discharge on both guns, okay? One was to shoot at Herlock and the other one to shoot Windybanks. So the Skulkin brothers never actually encountered Mr. Windybanks. Is that really true, I wonder? Also, why do two guys remind me of Wario and the matching Luigi? It does feel so they're supposed to be an apple and a pear. Apple and a pear, but they do Waluigi and Wario well, true. Because here he says the blow who owned the place was holding a gun, so he should have just fired instead of yelling at her. This is a contradiction, but I tried presenting the gun and it didn't work, so I must need something else. Maybe he needs this photo. I mean, I guess this would be physical proof. Okay, let's try this one. Wait, let me save.
Objection.
Yes. Okay, we're good. You're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Windybanks, was wielding a gun. Is that correct? That's it, Gov. You got the picture. Yes, Nash. Yes, no question. And yet the photographic print from the time of the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windybanks was not in possession of a firearm of any description.
Objection.
You surprise me. Does the defense really intend to highlight evidence that compromises the position of the accused even more? No, that's not the point we're trying to make, but okay.
Furthermore, the defense has failed to establish that the photographic print it presented was taken a suitably short time prior to the victim's death. Your chronology is severely lacking, Godson.
Yes, right. Too right, Nash, too right. Old geezer could have been about to turn the tables on the girl, eh? Hardly lucky.
No, I'm afraid this won't stand as conclusive evidence.
What? Wait, so that didn't detract any of my points? But it did get- what? That was weird. Okay. Lou Wario, and their name is Lou Wario. Con, with the way you joke, I don't trust it. Ah, you're learning! Also, it's depressing to be reminded that I'm not socially trustworthy. You can change your ways at any time, Con, okay? You can tell the truth. You can come in here and be like, it's Waluigi, okay? And everyone will be like, yeah, he's right, woo, yeah, okay? You don't have to live these misdemeanor ways. Yeah, I want to think about that more. Yes, but also there's time when I'm telling the trust and nobody believes me. It's almost like it's the wolf who cries woof. The boy who cried wolf. Bro's living his Usopp life. What did I do wrong? Hold up. Sorry, I'm reading it. Press statement 2. Present the crime scene photo at the new statement 3. Didn't I do that? We already know that it was Mr. Windybanks' own revolver and that they used them against him. Gino was found it. The brothers will dramatically reenact a crime, but their interpretation as a wrong. It is true that Mr. Windybanks has been facing Gino and he would have been shot, which is not the case. Present the autopsy report or the crime scene photo when prompted in order to prove it. What? Wait, but isn't that what I just did? Is there a crime scene photo? Oh, this one. Oh, okay. So what I'm contradicting is obviously who got shot. Okay.
Objection.
I think the other one I presented makes more sense, but that's fine. Yet the photographic evidence obtained immediately after the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windybanks was not holding a firearm of any description. You what? Gordon Bennett, that ain't right. There can be no question that the victim's revolver was used in the incident. I would remind the court that Mr. Windybanks' gun was found at the scene. Not only as identified as the murder weapon, but it was found in the accused's hands. She was unconscious! Does no one care about this? Yeah, that Moltula. Moltula? Stania? What's Moltula? Moltula! Use the victim's own gun to finish him off. That Moltula. I'm just imagining a mole. I am low for no reason unless Han did time change this weekend. Yeah, it was daylight savings yesterday. From context, an insult? That Moltula. I definitely want to say something like, yeah. I'm thinking something in particular and I can't figure it out. Ew, I'm gonna feel like this for a few days. It's okay. It's been really messing with the cats too. Oh, poor kids. A female pickpocket. Really? Okay. That makes a lot of sense. A mole is a woman. What do you mean? Do I look like a mole? Okay. Alright. Well, hey, guys. We're learning. We're learning. Okay. British slang is fucking weird. Exactly. And that's why we left it to the experts. And I had to look that up. Oh my god. Okay, anyway, kind of thing, yeah. Stay exactly where you are, right there. If the crime had taken place as you've so colorfully described in your testimony, it would give rise to an undeniable and significant inconsistency in the final moments you just acted out.
Goodness, what is it? You intrigue me, my friend. Why? But let's see some evidence.
Okay.
Take that!
According to their testimonies, the witnesses claim to have heard a shout of "Give me that gun," followed by the gunshot.
Indeed. With the two events almost happening simultaneously.
If that's right. Now, if the testimony is true, it would mean that the moment of death, the victim and his attacker would have been facing each other. However, if I could ask the court to study the photograph of the victim's body again, you can clearly see that Mr. Windybanks was in fact shot from behind. Oh. So as I stated before, there is an undeniable inconsistency in your testimony, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. Oh, dull, mole, molly, mole. Okay, you know, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. It's criminal underworld world slang. That's so funny. Hey, mole. Hey, doll. Mole doll. Unrelated, but damn hand, you look like a mole. Thanks, Lily. I know I'm really slaying it. People get called moles here all the time as insults. What is happening over there? I've never heard anyone call anything like mole. Unless it's like the animal. But it's the God's honest truth. It is, Nash, it is. When he was shot that night. The shopkeeper had a gun in his hand and we saw it with our own bleeding eyes. Did I hear you right now? You actually saw Mr. Windybank holding a gun. Bink. Some like that might have slipped out. Ladies and gentlemen, you have all just heard the admission of these two witnesses. That on the night in question, they actually saw with their own eyes the victim wielding a gun. Which can only mean that despite their testimony to the contrary, the Skulkin brothers must have encountered the victim in person. Nash, Take this with a pinch of salt, though. I do like salt. Some sources indicate a mole tooler might be a pickpocket who targets women, but most things say it's a female pickpocket. Okay. Okay. I think. No, that's fair.
Witnesses, explain yourselves.
The thing is, we weren't supposed to, He's so mad. I love him.
It would seem that my previous warning fell on deaf ears. I made it quite clear that false witness would be the death of you.
Yikes, brother! I think we're gonna die!
Am I to understand that you replaced the untruths of your original testimony with renewed lies?
Ever so sorry, Governor. Truth is, cut it out, Nash. Cut it out! If we blab now, you know what he'll do to us. Who are they talking about? Probably the Gilded.
Let me make your position here perfectly clear. You will talk. There is no other option available to you.
Bruv, come on, the game's up. Bubba, you'll have our guts for garters. In case it hasn't quite sunk in yet, no matter how hard you try to hide it, the truth will come out. Alright, here we go again. Do we have to?
On pain of death. I suggest you make yourselves fully aware that this is your very last chance to tell the truth.
He's so cool. Slay the Spire 2 is so fun. They added some new characters, and one of them is hard to learn but can end boss fights in a couple turns, and he's a pompous, arrogant bitch. I love him. Photos? Alright, so we just got inside the gaff and he heaved a sigh of relief when the ruined geezer showed his mug. So we just got inside the gaff. I'm guessing that means the shop. And he heaved a sigh of relief when the geezer showed his mug. Give me that gun, he bellowed, and then he flew at us like he was possessed. I thought we had it. For an old geezer, the bloke was strong as an ox, and he chucked me over the counter. Okay, that makes more sense. Pulled my gun on him, and then legged it through the door into the back room. What? Pulled my gun on him, and then he legged it through that door into the back room. It never had nothing to do with killing him. That's all what happened, I swear. That's interesting, because they make it sound like Gina must have already been in there then. Gina must have already been unconscious in the room, because... I mean, that would explain the locked door mystery, though, right? Because, you know, you have two robbers in your apartment. You run into your room, you lock the door, and then they could have shot him through the door. He could have turned his back to see Gina on the floor, and then they could have aimed the gun at him and shot him. And then maybe they got the implicating gun and like chucked it through the door and put it in Gina's hand. It's not ridiculous. Because, okay, this is another thing too. There's like a little seeing hole in the door, right? There's a little seeing hole in the door. And, like, it's not crazy to think they opened it and then shot it. The only problem with that, though, is that they did say in the autopsy that he was shot at, not this one, he was shot at up at an angle, right? Where is it? Where is it? Where? Yeah. They made it sound like it was up at an angle. Single bullet wound in upper half of victim's back, no other signs. Instant death from a proster bullet wound to the heart. The bullet entered the back from the... well, entered the body from the back on a gentle rising diagonal trajectory. So it was like that. Which doesn't quite work with the through the door, through the eye peeping hole theory, but anyway. Interesting. But was there a bullet hole in the door? No, I'm saying that there was like a little window that they could have shot through. Anyway. So now, you're now telling us that moments before the victim was killed in the storeroom, you in fact encountered him in the main part of the shop.
Well, yeah. So sorry.
Well, we find ourselves at an interesting juncture. This changes matters considerably.
But honest guff this time. Yeah, this time, Nash. This time, we got him nothing more at all.
I'm gonna save. You claimed that you heard him yelling them on the other side of the storeroom door.
Oh, yeah, did we?
But the truth is, he was shouting those words at you, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Was the victim Mr. Winterbanks wielding a gun at the time?
Was he ever? Blimey, lummy. A great ugly barrel he had, pointed straight at my fronters and piece.
So what you're saying is, you definitely saw Mr. Winterbanks with the gun at the time, is that right?
It is, Gov, it is, spot on. Then all of a sudden, he came at us, he did. It was bedlam. Didn't know who was going for who.
You were clearly all going for each other.
Like Nash said, we thought we had had it, I mean.
Or an old geezer, the bloke was strong as an ox. He chucked me over the counter.
Hold it!
Were you intending to shoot Mr. Winterbanks?
No, I just was, you know, looking out for my bruv, weren't I? Yeah, he was being flattened, don't forget.
By a man whose shop was being burgled, yes.
And then the man fled into the storeroom when you pointed your gun at him, is that right?
Yeah, that is. He shoved me away, then ran off through that door and shut himself in.
Wait. What? There's something about that last remark. Yeah, that's it. He shoved me away and then ran through that door and shut himself inside. I'm pressing the right buttons, she says. Short guy shot him. I mean, yeah, that's possible. While demolishing enemies, slay the spire. Nice. He's a chunky guy too. Damn. He knows what's up. Alright.
I wonder why Mr. Windbanks ran away into the storeroom.
What?
Well, according to what everyone's saying, Genie was in there waiting for him with a gun.
Yeah, that's right. Gino allegedly used Mr. Windybanks' gun to threaten him and force him to open the storeroom door. In which case, how did the gun end up in Mr. Windybanks' hands again?
I have no idea. That is strange, isn't it?
This little inconsistency could be significant. I should make a mental note of it.
Well, the point is, me and my brother here. That's right, Nash. That's right, me and my brother here.
I don't know. I'm looking at a thingy. Shh.
Hold it!
You say you had nothing to do with it.
Nothing at all. Nothing, Gov, nothing. Old geezer went and shut himself in the back room, didn't he? Locked it was from the inside. If we know it was, because we tried to open it. But it's a decent door, that one, good and strong. Wouldn't inch it, budge an inch.
So in the end, the situation remains unchanged. Inside the storeroom at the pawnbroker, there was only one other person. The sole person who could possibly have shot the victim, the accused.
Was there anyone else apart from Gino who could have possibly have shot at Mr. Windybanks? Sure. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. I don't have any proof of this, guys, so you're just gonna have to go with me. Fluking it by the winds of my bench.
What did I look for?
From the moment you admitted that you'd encountered the victim face to face that night, the course of this trial changed completely.
It did?
What is your point, my friend?
The question we must answer is who could have shot Mr. Windybanks? And it is the belief of the defense that the defendant is not the only possible answer at all. The music. Okay, it is. Just making sure it's not static. I hate Vampire Guy and his magic chalice. He's so pretty though. He's so pretty! I'm just saying. Anyway,
In that pardon case, let us return to the place of the premise.
he's so pretty.
The victim was killed in the storeroom, which was locked from the inside. Those are the facts, so pray, what other possible answer to the question who shot the man could there be?
I don't know. Counsel, you must now provide answers to court in respect of 2 conundrums. 2, my lord? Twice as many chances to be right, maybe?
Namely, from what location did the culprit shoot the victim? And furthermore, where was the victim at the time?
Wait, are they gonna say the short guy and then he like crawled through the door? the window door. Wait, how big is the door? Hold up. Wait, we're gonna... Oh, it doesn't show it in this photo. Fuck. I was really hoping to find a nice photo of like how big the peeping hole in the door was. I mean, it looks pretty big, doesn't it? From that photo. Do you think he could have gotten through there? He's a little tubby. It's not there. Wait, it wasn't there. What? Guys, do you see it? Guys, do you see it? No way. What? How did I not notice that? That's crazy. Wait. Look at the door. Guys, look at the door, okay? There's no peephole. I keep talking about there's a peephole in the door. There's no peephole in this photo. But if you look at the photo afterwards, there is a peephole. They made a peephole. They made a peephole in order for his brother to sneak back out of the room, right? It's not a peephole, it's a bullet hole. No, it's not even a bullet hole. No, I mean like a whole section. Like the brother was on the other side, was inside the storeroom, shot him, put the gun in her hand, and then instead of locking the door, he cut out a hole in the fucking door in order to like sneak out. Cause it's not in the other photo. Cause there's no line there. Y'all can see that, right? It's kind of hard to see. Can I zoom in? Wait, hold up. I could totally zoom in. Hold up. We're gonna ruin the stream. Oh shit. Yeah, right? Okay, everybody just fucking... Can I zoom in more? Look at this, okay? See, so right there. Just zoom in even more, okay? See that door? Okay, there is no, so this is before the crime, okay? There is no hole in that door, right? Okay, there's nothing there. And then afterwards, there is something there. There's a whole thing. Means you have a magnifying glass function. I forgot about that, but still, stream, it's the point is to make it easier for stream. So smart. Oh my god, she's so smart. I figured it out. That's crazy. And that means the only one who could have possibly shot him is his brother. I'm just saying. Because otherwise, like, how would they have gotten there? Okay. We figured it out. We figured out the secret. Okay, I just need to fucking fix stream now. There we go. Okay. He was inside the room. Are you alright, Bruno? I'm not entirely sure, but there's one thing I am sure about. If I can prove that there's a credible new alternative that could have happened, it could change Gina's prospects hugely. And so now, time for some clarity. Show the court the plans. The plans! Someone could have shot the victim, indicate from where that person could have fired from. I'm thinking from over here, and I'm hoping that this is right. Oh wait, I can save still.
Take that!
The defense believes the culprit could have shot the victim from this location here. And in answer to the second question, assuming the culprit fired from the location indicated, where was the victim at the time? Oh, he was like right here. Assuming the culprit fired from the location indicated. Yeah? Defense. What? Did I do it right? Is that your own position as absurd as those you have indicated on your plan? What do you say? What? If you believe someone else could have shot the victim, indicate from where that person could have fired the gun. I believe he was shot through the door. Oh, so instead of him snuggling through the door. Okay, so this is what I was thinking. All right, I was thinking that, you know, maybe they were both on either sides, right? Like they could have been on either sides of the victim was in the center. Okay, I was thinking maybe to get away from the guy who just pulled the gun, he could have fell into this room, okay, and laid down, and then this guy could have shot at him. Oh, wait, no, sorry. I was thinking this guy would shoot at him. This guy could have taken his gun from him, shot him in the back. He dies, and then makes a hole in the door and jumps and gets through the door. Okay, that's what I was thinking. But you're saying is that he runs into the room, he locks himself in. And these guys basically being like, I don't want to get caught. Sawed a peephole into the door in order to shoot down or up at him? See this, okay, this is the problem, okay? I understand what you're saying. The only problem is that we still have the autopsy, which is in direct conflict of this. Because the autopsy says the bullet entered the body from the back on a gentle rising diagonal trajectory, okay? So if it's like this, it means it's up. You know, which means they need to shoot up like this, you know? Oh, my back. I don't think the hole's big enough to sneak out of. That is totally valid, okay? That is totally valid, which is why I liked your theory, but it's just this autopsy report that contradicts. Because if you shot, unless the guy is that tall, which he is pretty tall, but I don't think tall enough for that door where that peeping hole is. It looks like they would have had to shoot down at him and not up at him. So, well, anyway. Not the problem we're trying to fix right now. Okay, so if you believe someone could have shot the victim, indicate from where the person could have fired the gun. Maybe here.
Take that!
Let's try your theory. We're here. And then the guy is on the other side.
Take that!
Culprit shot the victim from outside the storeroom. Oh my god, he accepted it. Okay, Aelin, you're on it, mate. I honestly have no clue. No, ignore everything I say. You're correct. Continue. Mr. Windybanks died instantly from a bullet wound in his back, but from a rising trajectory. Whatever. Looking at the stain of blood on the storeroom floor, it doesn't appear that the body has moved after death, which tells us that he was almost certainly shot while he was in the storeroom. However, the crucial point is, where was the shooter when the fatal bullet was fired?
So you are adamant that the shot was fired from outside the storeroom?
Well, according to the Skulkin brothers' earlier testimony. Well, it got on me and then we legged it through that door in the back room. Mr. Windybanks ran through the door. We have to assume that the door was open at the time. It was at precisely that moment when the victim was fleeing for his life that these brothers had the perfect opportunity to shoot the man in the back once he was inside the storeroom. Okay. But what about the locked door?
Come to think of it, do you remember what the prosecutor said at the start of the trial?
What?
Moving to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states the bullet entered the body on a slightly rising trajectory.
Okay.
It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in him than himself.
Poor man, shot him while he was running as fast as he could to safety.
Ah, of course. He would have been leaning forward as he was running away. Okay. So even if the bullet was firing horizontally, it would have entered his body at an upwards trajectory. Yeah, alright, fair. Not something I would have thought of. Short man, Gina. Well, at the time he was inferring Gina, but it makes sense that it's a short man, but also this. If he was falling over. Love how you acted that out. I didn't think about it, okay? It's a weird thing to think about. You don't think about the trajectory of something hitting you while you're like mid-run or something. You know what I mean? Wait, what if he tripped over the unconscious Gina? Which is totally right. I was about to say, if he was falling over, I was about to say that also seems possible, depending on when she passed out. Well, this is all definitely inferring that she was already in that room. We can prove that. Like, we agree with that, right? She was already in that room. And she had already been knocked unconscious, okay? So, I mean, like, what's the possibility that Mr. Windybanks, right, had Gina intimidate him? Like, that all still happened. And then when she went to go into enter the room to rifle through, okay, this is theoretically, this is what she threatened him to get into the back room. They went into the storeroom, okay, they went into the storeroom, and while she was rifling through the stuff, he knocked her unconscious and was like, and then immediately after he does that, he hears someone trying to break through the front door, okay? He hears someone break through the front door, so he leaves her there and then goes to confront them. This entire confrontation happens. He then gets, as you said, maybe he like trips over Gina because he forgets she's there, gets shot, falls over. And then, yeah, like that's them there. Now there's still two questions. One, how do they still do the closed door? Did someone still, like, did they make that hole in the door so they could reach in and, like, you know, get the door open that way? Or did someone, you know, crawl through it like I was saying, you know, like, and then being able to put the gun in Gina's hands still needs to be answered too. So they would have had to put the gun in Gina's hand and then lock the door. So the culprit isn't necessarily someone shorter than Mr. Windybanks.
I'm sure my friend can't have forgotten that the storeroom door was found closed and locked from the inside. You claim the victim was shot as he fled the room. Do you also claim his corpse was dexterous enough to turn the key in the lock?
But, what if someone else locked the door? Yes, there is someone else who could have locked the storeroom door.
Is that so?
Oh, they got away! Hold up. I don't even know what's happening anymore. If he died instantly, she was already knocked out. Who locked the door? But I'm saying, well, but we have the answer to that now, effectively, too. Because now that we know that that peephole in the door was created after the crime, I'm just saying, like, okay, it's a pretty tall little peephole, but you could totally, like, I reckon you could totally fit an arm in there and, like, reach around and try and lock the door from there. You'd need long arms, but I think this guy kind of has long arms, the Waluigi guy. The defense assertion is that the victim was shot from outside the storeroom, in which case, who shut and locked the storeroom door from the inside? It's like the Waluigi guy. We agree with this? Unless she came to, locked the door, and picked up the gun to protect herself and then passed back out? Yeah, no. See, she must have been passed out the entire time. It doesn't seem possible. Because I just want to say, in none of these comments, this is the weird thing, that they've remained consistent. These two have barely mentioned Gina's existence at all. Like, if you knew about Gina and, like, who she was and what she was, like, trying to do, wouldn't you be like, oh yeah, like, you would hint that at the fact that she did it a bunch? These two seem to almost not even know that Gina was there at all. I'm not saying that they didn't know. They could have still implicated her, but I'm saying they don't know who she was and what she was after and everything like that. So they couldn't even, like, put blame on someone they don't know. Anyway. Energies can have huge fugue? states, and she wouldn't remember. Yeah. Seems way too simple, though, that it's the Skulkin brothers. I mean, it's simple. Alright.
Take that!
Just a moment, Runo.
What? I'm just about to point it dramatically at the prosecution and unveil an amazing revelation.
Sorry, but just before you do, maybe you should take a deep breath and think things through one more time. Storeroom was locked from the inside. So whoever locked it must have been inside too, don't you think?
Like Mr. Windybags, you mean?
Well, yeah, except that he was dead. But there's something else it could have been. Only one person, really.
Oh, only one other? So, that sounds like they're inferring that it has to be Gina, right? Is there a hidey hole in the storeroom? Not really. That sounds like they're inferring it's Gina, so...
Take that! Objection!
That's absurd.
I don't know if I'm right or wrong yet, guys. Give me a second.
You're suggesting that the accused deliberately engineered the sealed room. For what possible reason? Such actions would only serve to tighten the noose around her neck. I'm inclined to agree, I must say. Well, counsel?
Yes, that's a tricky one, that isn't it?
Off-pick notions have no place.
Am I wrong?
But of course, Ginny would have locked the door. It almost goes without saying, doesn't it?
Does it? It does? Yeah, thank you.
Well, if I was Ginny in that situation, I know I would have locked the door as quickly as I could. I mean, those two burglars had just fired a gun in her direction, hadn't they?
Oh yeah, obviously. Before the two brothers arrived, Miss Lestrade and Mr. Windybags were in the storeroom together. Now, I don't know what went on between them at the time, but at some point, Mr. Windybanks must have heard the intruders breaking into his shop and left the storeroom. Here we go.
Intruders, hey, that's us, bruv.
If your theory is correct, that would leave the accused alone in the storeroom.
Yes, it would. Then, probably only moments later, the victim fled back through the storeroom door, hoping to escape danger. Bang. Poor Ginny. Hit in the back by the bullet, Mr. Windybags fell to the floor where he was, just inside the storeroom. And what we have to ask ourselves now is, what would the defendant have done in that moment?
I see where you're going with this.
Outside the storeroom was a terrifying killer who had just murdered Mr. Windybags. As soon as the thought struck Mr. Lestrade, she slammed the door shut and locked it, in order to save her own life.
Hold it!
But I mean, we ain't the ones who done it. We don't believe us. I mean, come on, we just shoot no one.
It's blatantly untrue. I know for a fact that you would, because before my own eyes, you shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes. There's only one logical conclusion here. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you brothers had every opportunity to have been the true perpetrators of Mr. Windybanks' murder. Because the Irishman could have faked his death. What? Yes, the guys had a gun.
That was amazing, Runo. All the members of the jury seem to be firmly on your side now.
I know, first time ever. Probably the last.
Well, I think you've done it. Surely you'd give a verdict of not.
And an admirable effort, my friend.
What's this? He's laughing? Run!
Find the situation amusing, Lord Van Six. I myself find the defense's argument most persuasive.
Oh, here we go again. Definitely Warrior Waluigi vibes. I hate that guy.
I dare say. Such
chicanery? 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 Words.
Is chicanery, sure, let's go with that, is the bread and butter of the street performers in your provincial eastern nation. But such blatant malicious conjuring tricks amount to nothing more than inexcusable pettifoggery here.
Pettifoggery? What are these words? Racist prick. You're totally right. Better Call Saul reference. What? Lily? What's going on? Okay. There's a floor. Bro, just drink it. Assuming you're not too... Okay. Oh dear. You noticed then? Huh? What's everyone talking about? What?
Counsel.
Yes, sir.
Tell the court how many bullets were found at the scene of the crime.
2? Did I miss something? Hold on. Two?
Correct. First, that which hit the victim in the back, ending his life, and the second, that which struck the detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, on his arrival at the scene.
Okay. Technically, there's a third, because there's the one in the doorway. There's this one. I mean, obviously, like, I mean, unless this is the one that was struck by Mr. Sholmes. I thought this was, okay, I thought this was Herlock's bullet, and maybe it, like, skimmed him and, like, maybe some blood came off. But then they also said that he would have been seriously injured, so I guess that would argue that 3 bullets were shot? What is happening? I'm sleepy.
The defense presented a picture showing the damage caused by the second bullet earlier in the proceedings.
Yeah. Okay.
Which shows Mr. Sholmes appeared to have passed through his body to strike the calendar.
Through his body? Oh, okay.
Your lordship's understanding is correct. Furthermore, we know there are 2 firearms involved in the incident. The revolver belonging to the victim, Mr. Windybanks, and the Skulkin brothers' revolver.
Okay.
The evidence shows that a single bullet was fired from each gun.
Yes. What's wrong with that?
Now then, my friend. You yourself told the court only moments ago that these 2 brothers shot Mr. Herlock Holmes right before your eyes.
Yes, I did. If the single
bullet that was fired from the brothers' gun hit Mr. Schmirams, it means.
Windybanks don't shoot by same gun. Stop. Only 1 bullet.
Exactly.
Can't the guns have been switched around a bit? Gina shot back. Chicanery. You had it right the first time. She. It's a she at the start? Okay. Chicanery. Not gonna lie, the convoluted nature of this game drives me crazy. I think that's a part of the point. The part of the point is to annoy you so much. Goodbye, wine.
Flinging the dregs of this hallowed nectar into the public gallery.
This guy. So funny. Chicane? It's not can. Oh, chicanery. Chicanery? Okay. Through and shot through? Gina shot back? It's so weird. This game just tries to keep you on edge, but also proceeds to consistently confound.
But this court needs to open its eyes. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, is no ordinary girl. Despite her young years, she can, regrettably, no longer be described as a juvenile. No, the person in the dock is far from a law-abiding citizen. She has a past riddled with criminal conduct.
Oh, come on.
The truth is, the accused broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question with loathsome intent. As we could see beyond doubt in this print, which depicts her threatening the victim with the murder weapon. And I have here in my possession one more piece of evidence the prosecution wishes to present.
How does he have that disc?
We're taking that whatever it is of McGilda's down at y'all, thank you very much.
No, don't give it to him. It's mine. That's mine. That's mine. So what, doesn't mean she killed a guy. Agreed. Hi, Rusty. Hope you're doing well. There is on edge, and then there is convoluted bullshit.
The accused attempted to make off with this article, which clearly doesn't belong to her, and then none of the subtlety of a pickpocket, I might add, but by brute force and brazen impudence. Make no mistake, any sympathy for the accused on account of her years is misguided and dangerous. There are no depths to which this girl would not stoop if pushed. No crime she would not commit. The court forgets that fact at its peril.
Hold it!
What?
Lord Van Zakes,
Inspector Gregson?
Yes, Inspector.
we had a meeting yesterday at the yard with the prosecution service, and, I think it was agreed that the desk wouldn't be used as evidence.
What's this about? Why is the inspector acting strangely? That's the first time he said anything to Van Zeeks at all.
I'm unaware of any such meeting.
But those were the instructions right from the top. The government bigwigs were insistent.
Inspector, I'm the prosecutor, and I alone determine who to present my case. Your warning is noted. Thank you. The prosecution wishes to proceed with submitting this disc as evidence, my lord. The prosecution has established the accused motive, opportunity, and baseness of character.
The bigwigs didn't want the disc involved? Yeah, basically. But this kind of is proving the fact that Van Zeeks is completely separate to everything that's happening, right? Like, so I keep saying how I reckon Van Zeeks disappeared. He disappeared for like years or something. He was a really good prosecutor, and then he got, you know, really good convictions, and then he disappeared and then mysteriously came back. And for some weird reason, all 3 cases that he's gone against since he came back has been against us. Yeah. He's a fucking dick. No, don't count him out. He is our Edgeworth, okay? There will be hope, okay? There's hope for this man. We gotta remember Edgeworth.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I await your informed decision and rest my case.
Go to bed, mate. I don't believe it. I had the jury on my side for once. For all of 5 minutes. Oh dear, it wasn't even 5 minutes, Bruno. My lord! I wonder if I might say something at this point.
Proceed, Mr. Foreman.
I can't remember what voice I gave him, so I'm just gonna do a regular one. Non-corrupt one. Yay! Non-corrupt, let's go. Been stumbling about in a bit of fog up until now, if truth be told, but all of a sudden... Answer Polly, obvious to me and my men. There's only one thing for it. Oh no.
Guilty.
No, not again.
Guilty.
Oh, not
Guilty.
again, please.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Fucking hell. I like the Ace Attorney games, and I'm very happy I can experience them with you. I miss the voices when I watch videos from others. Aw. Wait, my voice? I love doing the voices. Surely other people do their own voices, right? Oh no. Oh, hold up. So I was looking at my walkthrough, so I kind of spoiled it a little for myself, but guys, look at this. We can inspect the blood.
Oh, Reno, look! This is blood!
Yeah, you're right.
It's my time to shine. Then I'd be waiting forever. Alright, hold still with that disc, Reno.
Green. It's green. Okay. It's green. Interesting.
It's lovely, bright and shade and green.
But that's... I know, we thought that was Herlock's blood, but maybe we're wrong. Wait, that color. What is it? It's just that green. It's not the first time we've seen that color, right? Okay, hold up. I want to have a go back and have a look again. Because we thought this was Herlock's blood, but again, it's been weird because it says name unknown, so this is still an unknown blood source. So there's still a chance it could be McGilded's or something. Like, who's to say that McGilded didn't rock up in the middle of the crime and just go pew pew and then left or something? I don't know, I'm too fucking brain dead. What? I know, I'm confused too. Why is the blood changing weird colors? Oh, okay. So we have, because this game's old, right? And they don't have like new technology. Runo. No, not Runo. The kid. I've forgotten her name. The tiny child. Iris. There we go. We got there. Iris has a gun where when she shoots something, it changes a different color, which indicates that it belongs to a different person. We'll go with it. Let's say this is, you know, B plus and O negative or something. Anyway, so this is just a neat way within the game to be like, hey, there was 3 different people bleeding on the scene. Okay. So we have this item, which at some point, which has the blood of, actually no, has the blood of fire, the thrice fire mason, who was the guy who died in the 3rd case, okay? It proves that this item was there. Sorry. It proves that this item was there at the scene of the crime, or at least was at some point at the scene of the crime when that 3rd case happened, okay? We have obviously Mr. Windybanks. And then we have green blood, okay? Now, someone shot Herlock, all right? But presumably the bullet could have passed and shot right into him. Well, this is different blood, I guess, potentially. I'm not quite sure. But it matches with this one. This was on Mr. McGilded. This was on Mr. McGilded, okay? This was on Mr. McGilded. In the 3rd case, and it was in his pocket when Gina was asked to take the jacket and put it into this pawnbrokery place, okay? So she came back. This is so hard to understand. She came back. So she came back to the pawnbrokery the day before to get back the jacket as well as this music disc, which has blood on it, okay? And there was someone else, that egg guy, there was an Benedict, yeah, who was trying to get the same coat because he wanted this music disc maybe for McGilded, who could potentially be alive? But did McGilded even bleed in the carriage case? He didn't. I mean, but in saying that, he could have easily, I don't know, cut his finger or something on these bumps or something. I'm just saying. I feel like I always remember them being kind of rough. You know what? Let's call the judge a bad guy. He's doing his best. Okay. This game. It's alright, we'll get there one day. Can get the knives out. But did McGilded even bleed in the carriage? I don't think he did. But then, you know, the question still stands. How did this happen? I definitely got the impression that the Skulkin brothers could be covering for McGilded, but again, why? How? Did he survive his, why? Why and how? Anyway. I reckon the idea I'm being spiked on the disc might work. Sorry, it's all the same thing. Summation. Judicial findings. Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say. Different breed to us law-abiding citizens. Bitch. As only 2 bullets were found at the scene, I would say the whole case is done and dusted. You don't need a stereoscope to see the truth here. Every which way you look, it was that pickpocket. I never imagined that simple operation would cause me such grief. God, this guy. The accused attempted a theft on the previous day. I can see I'm in for a busy day ahead. I am ballistics expert. I have seen many shootings. There is nothing I do not know about guns. Okay, but what does that mean? Elitist and racist? I mean, as far as we understand, that's just because the game is made in the context of the early 1900s. Yeah. I told you it was too simple for the Skulkin brothers to be responsible. I know, but it's like, it's so hard to believe that in the middle of this robbery, what, McGilda just rocked up and said, hey, Skulkin brothers, doing a good job. See you laters. Like, what? Shoots the gun, just leaves. Like, it doesn't make sense. Unless he has some sort of, like, he doesn't like Mr. Windybanks. But also Gina hasn't talked about hearing McGilded or seeing McGilded at all either. So like, what, she was just unconscious during that whole period? Did she also lose her memory again? That's enough preamble. Facts. Can I strangle the vampire man? Would you like to? Poison his wine. Yeah, put some silver in it. You can always give him a silver cup or something. Wait, does silver hurt vampires or is that just werewolves? And fae? Only after he chokes me. I mean, what? Thank you, Lily. Lily gets it. That's werewolves. But can't they also be allergic to silver? I swear there's maybe in one book I've read. They always love to tweak the rules sometimes. Iron is very fae. Oh shit, you're right. Fuck. Well, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Depends on the interpretation. I think in Witcher, vampires are weak to silver. Well, I know doppelgangers are, but I don't know about vampires. Oh no, I think it's anything magical in that universe is weak to silver. Because you use your iron sword for, like, any sort of like common animal, and then use silver for any monsters. But their vampires are also very different. Like they're a lot more like monstrous, I would argue.
Hold it!
This guy's still worrying about his other stuff. Oh my god! God bless this man! We have proof that there was not another bullet, so it did go right through him. There is only 2 bullets. I mean, there's no question that the man was shot, but the bullet had simply vanished from his stomach. It's quite inexplicable, don't you think? I almost don't want to ask, but this surgery you've been muttering about all this time, you were operating on... What was the fellow's name now? Herlock Sholmes by chance? Oh, good lord! It was that Hairlock fellow! What? You're the surgeon that operated on Mr. Sholmes? So stupid, I love this. That's right, using the very latest anesthesia technique, I might add. It was a fairly major op, I can tell you. This is crazy. Let me see, the fellow had brought in not long after midnight, if I remember correctly. They said he'd been shot by some criminal or other, so I opened it up like a shot. But the funny thing is, I went over his insides with a fine-tooth comb and I couldn't find the bullet anywhere. So I'm afraid I had to throw my hands up and just stitch the fellow back up. I hate to state the obvious, but yeah. Surely that's because the bullet is still at the scene of the shooting. The answer to the defense is correct. It is clearly shown in the photographic print. I find it's really quite simple if you just consider the problem 3-dimensionally. Ah, who do you think I am, son? Oh, the juror number 4 is about the best I can do. As soon as I saw the wound to the man's stomach, I flipped him over. Like a pancake? Are you saying that you checked his back? Of course I did. And there wasn't a trace of injury. No sign the bullet had left the body at all. Where the fuck did the body go? Where did it go? Into his lung? What? There's no exit wound. That's the point. The only logical conclusion was the bullet was still somewhere in the man's innards, which is exactly why I set about slicing him up. And I'm still none the wiser even now. How many times do I have to say it? There were 3 shots. There were 3 shots. What did they... Okay, I'm just saying, does that mean when he got, like, bowled over, did he throw it up? I don't know. Like, but also, like, remember that, like, someone was, like, leaning, like, Herlock was leaning over. Do you think he, like, pulled it down himself? He could have pulled it down himself, and now he's keeping it as an heirloom or something, you know? Can someone please explain how it happened? Can someone please solve this mystery? This is so funny. We're in the middle of a case for a crime, and this guy is like, I fucked up in my surgery today. Someone fix it for me, because it's not gonna be me. It's almost as much of a mystery as how this jury was put together. This is stupid. My fucking god, this game. This is so funny. It's getting funny. This is funny, okay? All that other stuff's so frustrating and annoying and very persnickety. This is funny. Isn't he not allowed to be jury in this case? You'd think so, wouldn't you? My face up in fear. Where's an expert when you need one?
Hold it!
Oh my god. I thought you were just a tourist. Good day, I'm wishing London for sightseeing. I have a place to Crystal Towers. Extreme, violent bath of blood. No,
Extremely violent bloodbaths, perhaps.
Those. Extreme, violent bloodbaths. English is very difficult tongue. Considering the sort of people you associate with, I'm surprised you still have a tongue. Your question about bullets and guns, you ask me. There is nothing I do not know, not mystery I cannot solve. But, if possible, please, only in Russian language.
He's not very confident in his knowledge of English, though, is he?
No, still we should bear it in mind. He's our man if there's a mystery about guns or bullets. So what?
And you have eliminated the impossible.
So after this case is a final one? No, this is the final one of this game, okay? And I just want to say, I still have so many questions. Like, Sherlock Holmes, is he okay? Why was he awake in the middle of the night saying to Sasato, because there was a scene before this trial started, where in the middle of the night, Sasato rocked up and said, and he was like, everything's prepared. Like, he was like up and moving around. Also, we still don't know if Sasato made her bus trip or like whatever. Like, there's so many questions.
Hold it!
Do we have proof of this? Do we have proof of this? Wait. Yes, ma'am. Is it in the door? Surely someone would have found it if it was in the door. Covered by the hatch thing. No. So we're saying one bullet flew past. I'm losing my mind. I'm looking back at the walkthrough. Everybody shut up. I can't do this any longer. I'm losing my goddamn mind. Okay. I hate this game. That square you were talking about. I was saying the square was there because they put it there. Okay, hold up. Okay, I did that. Since the surgeon is looking for a ballistic expert, pit juror 4 and 6 against each other. And then hopefully that information will be added to— okay, alright. Not right now is the answer. Moody dumb. Okay, come on.
Objection!
Okay. It's giving me a headache. Just relax, okay? Lie down and just listen to my voice. Understand nothing, okay? You don't have to worry about this. This is all me, mate. Loving the involvement. Those two statements clearly contradict each other. Ballistics expert. Bidding. On the night in question, Mr. Sholmes was shot by one of the Skulkin brothers, but since there was no sign of an exit wound on his back, we must assume the bullet didn't pass through him. However, no bullet was found lodged in Mr. Sholmes' body either. Furthermore, a bullet was found lodged in the wall of the shop where Mr. Sholmes was shot. Juror number 6. Hello, my name is Villain. Nice to meet you. Violin? This apparent contradiction in the facts that is so clearly troubling juror number 4. Hands Panadol. Are you able to explain the mystery? I have seen very similar situation in Motherland. It was night. There was blizzard. I was running away from Mountain Road and freezing cold. The snow was piling high on both sides of the road. It was very narrow and dangerous. My pursuers had dry hunting rifles and they were dog sleds. Mental note, don't ask too many questions. I was shot from behind and I fell down in snow. And the situation was very similar to when I heard today from doctor. They could not find bullets in my body. And no sign of, how do you say, exit wound.
Then where did the bullet go?
Bullet never hit me.
If it never hit you, then why did you fall down?
Bullet hit frozen wall of ice very close to my side.
What?
One small piece very sharp broke away from lump of ice and pierced my body. It was deep wound that looked just like bullet wound.
Good gracious.
Of course, piece of ice quickly melted inside me, and that's the solution to mystery of disappearing bullet.
But that doesn't answer the question at all.
This is funny. The shooting happened in a pawnbroker shop.
Not some snowy mountain road in another country.
Just an idea, but we may not be looking at exactly the same scenario here.
You know, where exactly was Hurley shot again?
This is the weird thing, is that up until this point, I will say, we've never had any feasible proof, because Sasato-san has been suspicious this entire time, which is why I haven't quite believed that Herlock has even needed to have surgery. Well, I mean, this guy definitely makes it sound like he did have to have surgery on him, obviously, but to me, it feels like we don't have proof of what is happening with Herlock, and that really frustrates me, because he was supposed to still be unconscious, but he had been meeting up with Sasato. Like, okay. Can't have our favorite sewer having a headache. I'm a sewer, not a sewers to sewer. Must be dirty. It's weird seeing it as sewer and sower. Wait, wouldn't it be sower? Wait, with an O? You know what? Don't. I don't know. Okay, just keep going. According to the report, in his stomach, sort of around this area, I think.
Well, that's precisely where he leaves a little pouch on his belt.
A pouch? Actually, I might have noticed something like that.
Yes, a pouch. It's where he keeps 3 glass vials of very dangerous chemicals that he uses in his investigations.
What? Really? Doctor, where is the pouch Mr. Sholmes was wearing?
The fellow had nothing like that on his person when he arrived at the hospital, as far as I remember.
If I may. Lord Van Zeeks?
While I realize it is forbidden for the prosecution to interject during a summation examination, I should inform the defense that I have the pouch in question in the antechamber outside the courtroom.
Sorry?
As I understand it, when the police arrived on the scene and found Mr. Sholmes' injury, they removed the pouch in order to assess the wound. Oh, thank goodness! I thought I was getting forgetful with there. Since then, it has been in my safekeeping along with all other evidence relating to the case. I can personally vouch for the fact that it has not been touched since the incident occurred. Very well then.
Okay. There's one broken vial. And the leather around it is scorched black. Almost as if the vial exploded.
Exploded!
So that night, the bullet from the Skulkin brothers' gun struck Mr. Sholmes' pouch. It was the glass vial exploding that caused the fellow's injury. This bullet did not penetrate victim, but was deflected into wall of shop. That's Sure, let's not question that. You know, that totally makes sense. Guy, I'm just saying. Let's just, guys, we need to talk about this for 1 second, okay? We're gonna talk about it for 1 second, okay? This thing is at like eye height, okay? The file is down here. So when the guy shot at him, you're telling me that it shot down here and then apparently hit the thing at his thing and then deflected up all the way up to over here and still with enough force to be wedged into the wall? That's bullshit. Most vampires end up being some sort of noble, unfortunately, That makes them hot. That makes them sexy. Don't say unfortunately, okay? Oh, if only. Okay. Oh, right. I have to click out. Look, not all of them are hot and sexy and nobles. You haven't been reading the right books then, okay? Get Twilight out. Let's go. Okay, let's have this conversation.
Oh, delightfully complex aroma.
No. Twilight, no. Fuck no. You guys are funny. I love you guys.
It will bear one mystery has been solved at least.
Yeah, fucking get there.
Though it has no bearing on the truth of this case. Oh. Thank you, young man. I can sleep tonight.
I saw parts of those movies once. Once, that was enough for me. I only read real literature like my D&D notes and D&D websites for random monsters. God, Lily, you're hot. Keep going, okay? I need to hear more from you. Balthorn has Twilight weakness. He's weak at Twilight. Okay, Okay, so now we can present information that was another thing, I think. Trap is looking bro. There it is. What the? Iris, look! Behind where the file was broken, do you see it? Oh, that's the Skulkin Brothers bullet! What a stroke of luck that it hit this pouch. This is an amazing discovery. What this means is there were 3 bullets fired at Mr. Windybanks that day. The only problem is that we still don't only have 2 bullets accounted for. That's the weird thing. Okay, so that's the other thing. There must have been a whole 3rd other gun. Going back to someone else's comment, they were right. There has to be a 3rd gun because only 1 bullet was fired from only 1 bullet was fired from Mr. Windybanks's gun, which only had 1 in the chamber. Okay, only 1 bullet was fired from the brothers' gun, which means that there was indeed a 3rd person with a 3rd gun on the premise. Right? I also read the conditions page because I always forget what the conditions do. Keep going. Go, girly. Okay. The 3rd bullet. It's time to press that juror again, I think. Yeah. Alright. I'm glad there we go.
Take that!
Glad I could still look at that. Here it is. We discovered it just now. On the night in question, Wintervex' poor worker, there was another bullet was fired. Here we go. He's about to say what I said.
What is this new trickery? Where did you find that bullet?
It was lodged into Mr. Sholmes' pouch.
What?
He's pissed. This pouch was removed from around Mr. Sholmes' waist before he was taken to the hospital, and since then it has been touched by no one.
Do you mean to say the shot fired by the Skulker brothers that night?
Yes, as your lordship has surmised, it hit this pouch.
But that makes no sense whatsoever. We already know the whereabouts of the bullet fired at Mr. Sholmes. It's clearly visible in this photographic print.
Which means the blood belongs to someone else. 2 guns from scene have already been submitted into the court record as evidence.
Yes, that of Mr. Banks and the Skulker brothers.
An examination of both guns reveal that only a single bullet had been fired from each. Okay, cool. We're all in agreement. That's right. We now know that on the night in question, 3 bullets were fired. However, only 2 bullets were fired from the guns recovered from the crime scene. And until that incontrovertible inconsistency is somehow explained, we cannot and must not pass judgment. Oh.
Oh, my breast, my titty, damn you! Order! While the summation examination remains incomplete, the court has been presented with new facts. Everybody, we need to take a break. Take 10 minutes. Go hug your loved ones. Come back. This is gonna be a long one. Facts! Facts that would appear to shake the very foundations upon which the case against the defendant has been built.
Dun, 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 dun.
As is my prerogatory in this situation, I hereby temporarily suspend the summation examination. By Jupiter!
What?
Bailiff, bring the witnesses back to the stand.
Oh my god. Fucking told you it was too simple. My question about 3 guns earlier might have been too far off. You're totally right, girly. I reread spells descriptions multiple times while accidentally skipping over the line I'm looking for 5 times. Yeah, girly. Slay. You flex. Okay, flex harder. Where's my tiny orb? Oh, here she is. Okay.
Where's Tiny Orb? You know, doing this squeaky voice all the time for Tiny Orb and Runo. I can't express. It kind of hurts. Okay, I do not. I just.
Okay, I'm struggling, okay?
I love you and have a good night. Bye bye.
Fucked. Also, how could she have locked the door if she was knocked unconscious? And how could she have been knocked unconscious afterwards if she did lock it? Well, as I said, there's still the hole, putting your hand through the hole in the door. There's still a possibility, that's a thing. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna skull this entire drink bottle while clicking through dialogue for a bit, okay? I'll say anything that's important, but I just want to skull water for a moment. Okay, let me save. It's Mr. McGilded. Oh, fuck that guy. It's Mr. McGilded. How do we learn? Hang on a second. Hold up. I think I figured it out. Okay. So one gun was obviously shot at the dude. I mean, it does sound like, okay, it literally sounds like So, okay, when the dudes shot, so when the Skulkin brothers shot at Herlock, it went off kilter and into the wall. And then when they scarpered off and our character went to go run away. Wait, no, that still doesn't explain how he fell down in the first place. Fuck! I can't figure it. Okay, don't worry about it. I was like, oh, that makes sense now. I'm like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't make sense with the order of events. Okay, the mysterious missing firearm and whence it came from. Thinking back over all the testimony we've heard and all the evidence we've seen, I think I'm starting to form a picture of what really happened that night. Well, that would be one of us. I would say having a secret third accomplice makes sense. Let me save. They had another gun. It's nothing to do with them. Okay, this is, okay, okay. It could be nothing to do with them. I doubt it. My thoughts, Your Honor, is that there's some fucking bullshit going on. I like that. Locked the door from the outside with a handy hold, reaching in and turned the key, then blocked it back up. Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. Wholeheartedly. And we might still be wrong, but I agree with that, okay? So if we say that entire circumstance is contained, right? Like someone grabbed Mr. Windybanks' gun, shot him with it, fell down, okay? There is a problem with this. Okay. This is my theory. Herlock had the gun. Herlock has the third gun, but no one thought anything of it because he was shot on the night, okay? I don't know if he actually wields a gun, but I think he might have a gun. I don't know if there's proof, but hear me out. So all those dudes, that happens, okay? Then the Skulkin brothers hear Herlock enter. Okay, yeah, okay. So the Skulkin brothers hear Herlock and Ryunosuke enter, okay? They're like, oh shit. They shoot a firearm at Herlock, okay? Herlock gets hit in his pouch, topples over, falls onto the ground, okay? In that moment, he was like, Ryunosuke, go get him! So we ran out after the Skulkin brothers. And then McGilded turned up, stood at the front of the doorway, and Herlock is the one who pulls out his own gun to shoot at McGilded, scrapes him by the cheek or something, wedges into the fucking green shit on the door, and McGilded says something like, you thought you had a good chance now? You thought you would get away with trying to murder me? Seems like your aim's kind of shit. And then just fucking walks out. That's definitely what happened. That makes the most sense, right? Because I don't know if Herlock has a gun. I cannot remember anything about him having a gun, but that is the only way it makes any sense. Does Herlock have a gun? That makes sense for the environment of the game. Yes. Yes, and that was what I was thinking too. I love it, I love it. Yes, good, I like it. Wait, what'd you say? Door open, then shot. Put gun in Gina's hand. Put key in keyhole. Shut door, reach hand through, turn key, take key, out drop it, and then seal it up. Hand holdy. Yes. And then my theory on top of that makes sense, because absolutely in terms of the environment, because one of the things that's frustrating me most is like, how is one person, you know, getting shot in here, but then like there's blood appearing up over here? Like, it just doesn't fucking make sense. Okay, anyway. Okay, so I think it's clear that this third bullet tells us about the Skulkin brothers. They had a secret okay, this is the question. Is it a secret accomplice? Would we count McGilded in this specific circumstance that I came up with, that he just rocked up at the end? Is he technically a secret accomplice? Or it's got nothing to do with them? Because they know that there is a third person. Would I count them as an accomplice at this point? No. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm overthinking it. But if I say it has nothing to do with them, then that would mean that I'm letting them off scot-free. Irishman wouldn't operate that way, right? But they do know who it is. He'd hire them, but they wouldn't know, really. Thoughts. Mr. McGilded in the storeroom. Knocks out Gina. Windybanks trips over Gina on fleeing in. McGilded picks up Windybanks' gun, shoots him to silence the witness, bribes the two burglars to help. Not sure how McGilded's blood ends up anywhere, though. Okay. I like that. That makes sense. Potentially. The only question about that is that McGilded, it's only half a solve, but a plausible one. I like it because it makes sense on how he ends up killing Windybanks specifically, because in the scenario that we're taking place, McGilded is not the one who would do the murder. It would still be one of the Skulkin brothers. But the other problem about that is that McGilded is a really famous guy. If you had a guy that supposedly died 2 months ago turn up on your front doorstep, like Elon Musk rocks up and you're like, wait, didn't you fucking die? And he goes, haha, lol, JK, can I have a look in your storeroom? You'd be like, I guess? Like, would you really? Like, that's stupid, right? I want to say secret accomplice or nothing to do with them. Well, that's what I'm umming and ahhing about. Well, did I save? I'm gonna save again after all yakking. Okay. I'm going to say a secret accomplice. Because I'm just saying, here's the other thing, right? We currently don't have enough evidence for a whole different case. And I know that this game and the second game lean into each other a lot. Like, wouldn't it be the craziest thing ever? You go through this entire game and it ends with kind of having a hint that McGilded is still alive, but you don't know how, where, or why. And you have to play the second one in order to find out what he does. Like, that makes sense. That's interesting. It's annoying to have such a massive, like, cliffhanger at the end of your fucking game, but it does make sense. So I'm saying there is the potential that it's nothing to do with him. I'm looking at the walkthrough. If this ends in a fucking cliffhanger, I'll lose my mind. I will too, honestly. Where's my fucking... Give me a second. Gotta open my walkthrough. I got kicked off Twitter for being a fake person because I blocked Trump. What? I think I blocked Trump. Okay. We're at the end of this section though. Okay. Wait. When asked about it, you'll be presented with 3 answers to give. Choose any of these options? None of the options answer. That's so stupid. Wait, what? The actual answer does not matter, as you will come to the same conclusion regardless, albeit with different dialogue. Cool. Well, that saves our problem massively. On that night at Windybanks' pawnbrokery, the brothers must have worked with a third man. The witnesses are clearly doing their best to cover up the existence of this accomplice, but the evidence all points to the fact that there was someone else present. I like presents.
Objection!
Weird. I know, right? Unlike everything else in this goddamn game. An accomplice, you say? Pig's will.
These protracted proceedings have already forced us to endure 2 summation examinations. Blah blah blah. I broke my hand. I'm gonna crush your fantasies. God was sexy, man. He wants proof. For those who know, blocked Trump and Musk, and they were like, "You're a fake account. We have banned and deactivated your account." That sounds like them, though. I fucking hate shit where it's just like, you blocked the maker of this website, and it's like, alright, go get your fucking, like, go get your ego checked, okay? How can I ascertain the identity of the person they're hiding? Through the blood. Okay, we're very close to the end of this section. Section 2, remember? This promises to be interesting. Have to push forward. There's no other option. I need to use every single evidence I can. What proof do you have? What proof do you have that there was a third intruder present at the scene? So the blood.
Take that!
Do you expect the court to rifle through your papers itself? Be more specific. Page 1.
Take that!
What am I looking at here? There appears to be some green paint or such like. The bullet hole in the middle of the calendar. That's a bloodstain, my lord. Bloodstain. Where? Queen Kitty, thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. How you doing? Your Royal Majesty. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. We're just currently playing the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles thingies. Hi. Hello. How are you? Yeah, we're getting through it. This is the entire life that I'm going through. Happy Easter! Happy Easter. That's what we'll say. Haven't seen this game in ages. I'm playing this game for the first time. I've played through all of the Phoenix Wright, and then I did the Miles Edgeworth investigation games, which were the best, okay, arguably. And now I'm working through this one. Yay! I skipped over Apollo Justice because I wasn't emotionally ready for it. I don't know. We'll get there. Doing good. It's good that you're doing good. I had a lovely weekend. I spent time with my family. And now I am back home and back into the normal pattern of things. Get up, go to work, play games, sleep. I am so thirsty. Okay.
It's this, you see? It doesn't have a name yet, though.
Anyway. Different elements of people's blood.
Yes, everyone's blood is slightly different, you see, because it's made up of different elements. So by seeing what color it changes to, you can tell in a flash whose blood it is.
That's definitely how it works, guys. Oh good, I do hope your Easter was fun and full of chocolate. Hell yeah, too much chocolate, arguably. We could have had more chocolate, but we decided to hold off on, like... It was just like one of those things where there's just like a basket of chocolate and we all just keep like grabbing for more. Grabbing for more, gotta have a bit more. A striking blue! Yes, so you see, the green color of this bloodstain on the calendar shows that somebody else was shot in the main part of the shop. Now hold fire there, young man. Could there be some unrelated incident, couldn't it? No, it's not unrelated. The date showing on the calendar is the date on which Mr. Windybax was killed. By golly! Therefore, we can assume that whoever was shot in the same day. Then whose blood is it?
Well, Skunk and brothers in the stand don't appear to be suffering from any gunshot injuries. Which means it must be the blood of somebody else, the third intruder.
Objection.
Yeah, I still have bunnies left over. Yum. I have to admit though, chocolate is so expensive now, and I'm like, every time I go to buy chocolate, I'm like, is this what I want to do? Is this what I want to do? I have like spare chocolate though. I always have more chocolate. Okay guys, if you ever think this house doesn't have chocolate in it, I've lied to you. There's chocolate in here, okay? Always somewhere. There's a chocolate factory down on by in Australia. And I get giant tubs of chocolate and it's really good. There you go.
Whose identity the court is still waiting to hear. You can't delay this any further, my friend. Who is the alleged third intruder?
Okay, guys, I ruined this for myself because I was looking at the thing and I didn't realize that was spoilers, so that's on me. I did ruin it for myself. It's this guy. Which, I mean, I will have to say, like, we're kind of running down in options anyway, because it can't be this guy, can't be this guy, right? Can't be him, can't be him, can't be him, can't be him. Like, at this point, there is only one choice. So it's not completely crazy. I guessed before you said it, because he had the disc in his pocket. Yes. Actually, yeah, didn't he prick his finger on it when he had it in his pocket? God, I don't remember. Oh god, yeah. I just saved for better treats like cake, which is funnily cheaper these days. I hadn't even thought about it. I need to make a slice more. That's what I really need to do. Sit down, make some like hedgehog, lemon slice, and then just put it in the fridge, and then I can just take a piece out. The only problem is that I always want to eat it way too much, so. But I need to do that. I don't know if it's cheaper, but like logistically? Cheaper? Maybe? Good night, Alda. Also, we've seen him in the shop trying to steal. True. Okay. Because he had the disc in his pocket. Unsurprising. Okay. The name is Eggert Benedict.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, Godson.
He paid a visit to Windy Banks' pawnbrokery on the afternoon before the incident took place.
The when the accused attempted to deceive the pawnbroker into releasing the article into her possession.
That's right. The man, identified by the defense, Mr. Eggert Benedict, then attempted to take the article from the defendant by force. We were lucky we were here when this happened.
Yes, sir.
I believe this filthy pickpocket has just redeemed an article from you, no?
Yeah.
Article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once. Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull? Give me my overcoat, you wastrel, and needless to say, any music box discs too. Sure. I'm confused as to why this kid has a sword in court. This one? Okay. Okay. Side adventure. Okay. In case one, there was a guy. He was called Kazuma. He had all of his spirit that was kind of imbued in his sword because that was his way of knowing what to do is the right thing. It was kind of like his code, his family code of like truth through justice or something, okay? He dies in the second case, so we take on his sword as a symbol of taking on his will alongside of us, so we have allowances to have the sword in court, even though it's merely symbolic of the strength of will and justice. Okay. Inspector Gregson was there at the time and can attest to what happened. In the end, it was the inspector himself who took the disc.
And you corroborate the story, Inspector.
That's more or less what happened. And in the interest of being thorough, I asked Mindy Banks for a pic and print showing the fell.
Ah, even better. Taken
Take it from this red-handed recorder, Gubbensis. What?
Yes, that's him talking to Mr. Windybanks in the morning.
You claim this man is the brother's accomplice.
Well, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin.
Never heard the geezer in my life. On my life, Gub, on my life, never seen him.
Well, somewhat unsurprisingly, it appears our witnesses disagree with the assertion. I'm sure your lordship recalls my friend's actual assertion, which was he could prove the identity of the alleged accomplice.
Yes, and I can. We'll see the proof that the clean-cut gentleman in the photograph is the filthy criminal, he says. Hold up, I'm saving. I will bring caramel slice in September.
Yeah! Slice!
I need to give you slice back, or a cake or something.
Gotta get you a nice cake.
Do you like carrot cake? I'm really good at carrot cake. No sultanas. I'm not crazy. Oh, but there's cream cheese. That would probably hurt you, maybe. This is the last piece of evidence. I've had a feeling that something had been missing in this trial from the very start, but now I'm gonna drag it kicking and screaming into the courtroom. Are you ready to present your... I don't know. Yes, my lord. The defense will present the evidence now. Proof that the man in this photographic print was in fact the person struck by the third bullet. No one tell me anything. I want to figure this out. Proof that the man pictured in this photographic print was in fact the man struck by the third. Oh wait, no, it's just the it's just this. Because it's the blood, right? That's all I need to do, right?
Take that!
It's right here in the portfolio. You know, his hand must hurt a lot. Yeah, this one.
Take that!
As I mentioned before, on the afternoon of the day in the question, the defendant attempted, deceitfully, admittedly, to reclaim this disc from Windybanks.
Which is when the aforementioned Eckert Benedict appeared at the scene, I believe. This man then attempted to purloin the article from the defendant's possession, no?
That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. I was following this... Oh, it was following this that a minor incident occurred. But of course, sir, here's the disc for you. Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style. Wait a minute, that disc is mine. What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal. Being a music box disc, it has countless small but sharp metal protrusions on its surface. There we go. Those protrusions cause Mr. Benedict's finger to bleed, and the resulting smear of blood is still visible on the disc now.
Goodness, a bloodstain, is it?
My assistant and I just analyzed the bloodstain here in this very courtroom.
Using my trusty gun, sure.
Yes, and we added the results to this portfolio.
I say,
It's green! Exactly the same color as the blood around the calendar. I don't know if that really holds up in court, but sure, we won't question it. Queen Kitty Raid, yeah! Are we having a good day, Britters? Can I have slice? I put walnuts in mine, but yeah, no cream cheese. But cream cheese is the best part! No, I totally don't blame you. I do love carrot cake. I really like walnuts on my carrot cake, but I only like them small, so what I'll do is I crush them up and I sprinkle them over the top of the cream cheese. It's pretty nice. Not inside of it. And can I have some slice? It's a long way to come for slice. I caught my dog asleep on the outdoor chair that he's not allowed on. Yes, you have to crush the walnuts. Crush the nuts. Yay! Crush the nuts. All nuts. Yay. Ugh. All nuts, all nuts. He had an oh fuck look on his face though. Don't we all? The man calling himself Mr. Edgar Benedict, who was in Windybanks' earlier today, whatever, is the accomplice who was presented at the scene of the crime that same night. Certainly seem that we can ill afford to ignore this gentleman's apparent presence.
This has gone on long enough now, this flagrant ignorance of the mechanics of law. Sherlock Holmes, you say? Yes, I've heard the name. The protagonist in a series of short stories for the vulgar classes, a god of detection or some such. And now you employ chemical substances devised by this fantastical persona in the highest court in the land.
Yeah, I had a feeling someone would say something.
Do you expect us to take you seriously? The samples made by this plaything are not fit to be called evidence. Oh. So the bloodstain turned a shade of green. What of it? Here's to your successfully proving that no other blood in the world could turn the same color.
Well... Yes! Yes! We are winning today, ladies and gentlemen! Oh! Sorry, focusing.
And pray, do not even think of suggesting that we should take Mr. Sholmes's word for it.
We're taking Iris's word for it, you fucker. Iris, you did it though. Iris, go explain your whole shibiggy-bing to them.
I just remembered what Father Christmas over there said before.
What?
About how he was temporarily suspending the summation examination?
Oh.
In other words, the examination isn't over yet, is it?
Good grief. What is it, young girl?
And in the summation examination, the decision as to whether or not the trial continues is in the hands of the 6 jurors. So the way I see it, it doesn't matter what certain other people think of Hurley's invention. At least, not for now.
Yes, she's right. Good job. Back to the stuff.
Are convinced by what you say, Bruno. Is that about right? Would you say? Or did I misunderstand something?
Unbelievable. Mr. Sholmes' partner is a force to be reckoned with.
Iris Wilson, sharpshooter. And genius inventor.
Let's go. Legs go. Legs go in the air. I mean, what? I'm really glad all of you understand the assignment. Let's go. Legs go. Finding my little Japanese fan has been very helpful. Oh. That's good. Have you been using it for something, or...?
It must be acknowledged the previous summation examination has yet to reach its conclusion. This is absurd.
The ladies and the gentlemen of the jury, I need you to make a decision now, really fast. Yeah.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Guilty.
Guilty?
Not guilty.
Oh. Wait a second, why is the old doctor go on the other side, mate?
Objection.
My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage. The prosecution refuses to accept this decision. On what grounds? If these jurors are persuaded by some half-baked concoction devised by a pretender to real police work, then they are too ignorant to be trusted with the judgment of anyone's guilt.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Lord Van Zeeks, but the outcome of the summation examination could not be ignored. This trial will continue.
Shut the fuck up, Vampire Man. But he is so pretty, and he has legs for days. Can't you forgive him of that? Please?
Nevertheless, we find ourselves in a rather awkward situation. Defense has very reasonably requested the subpoena of a new witness. But sadly, I fear that will be impossible.
What?
The name the gentleman gave for himself, Egbert Benedict, is quite clearly false.
I don't believe it. Just when I managed to prove the man here was all here all night. Could I say something? Oh. It was me, my lord. What? Juror number 5.
What are you saying, madam?
If possible. Inspector?
Me, ma'am.
Well, fucking voices. I'm losing my fucking brain. I give a shit, he's dick. No! God, I wish I could forgive him, but alas, he must be arrested with handcuffs and escorted to my bedroom. I mean, to the courtroom. Yes, it's very important that he get arrested and taken to prison. My room? That's so weird. I think I said my room, prison? Prison. My room, prison. She looks like him. I don't like that you're right about that. No, I don't like that at all. Are you kidding me? Okay, hold on. I guess we're about to find out. I wonder if you might show the photographic print to me again, the one in which the gentleman is shown.
Oh, right, yes, this one you mean. Oh, Mr. Benedict.
Yes, there's no doubt in my mind. Don't mean to say you know this man. Yes, I know him. What?
No, good gracious!
What the fuck is happening?
Order! Juror number 5, how on earth?
I am a communications officer. Stop. As we clearly see, the gentleman in the photograph is stop. Also a communications officer. Stop. He works in my office. A very talented operator, in fact. He should be in the communication station now, tapping away on the telegraph. This doesn't seem right somehow. I can't put my finger on why, but it doesn't feel right. Right?
I suppose we all imagined the accomplice would be some sort of hardened criminal. It's a bit unexpected to find out he has a respectable job by day, whatever he gets up to at night.
He can't get anything up at night. Oh, yeah, sorry. Anyway, what? I would have thought you wanted to be the one cuffed. Shut the fuck up, Aelin. You bitch. Respectfully, madam. You bitch. Damn. I think the phrasing you were looking for was needs to be put under house arrest, specifically my house. I like that. Or brother. Oh, she crushing on him. Maybe.
I suppose that's it.
The gentleman at the London Communication Station, we should be able to subpoena him within the hour.
The disrespect. Okay, listen. Listen, you can't call me out like this, okay? You don't know, I don't know, nobody knows. It's a mystery to everyone. Like, it's like the cat analogy, okay? We don't know if the cat in the box is dead or alive, okay? And we have no physical proof that I would like to be cuffed or not, okay? So we don't know, okay? And no one will ever know, okay? I will die. Hopefully not, but like,
make the necessary arrangements with all haste. Go!
Sometimes the due respect is none. I was talking to Lily. Oh, shit. Shit. Guys, I have somewhere to be. Sorry. I'm so sorry, but I just need a card. What did I do? Subpoena that streamer. You can't subpoena me, alright? I am the judge, okay? I'm the judge, the jury, and the executioner, babies, okay? Drag her back to the chair! No, the chair! My one weakness! You mentioned him cuffing him and taking him to your room, and I said I thought you would have wanted him to be cuffed. Jesus fucking Christ, Hannah. We're gonna reconvene in a bit of time, but I just wanna eat. What? Listen, I could be on either end. We know that, Lily. Okay. We know. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Should like to hear yours specifically about events of the pawnbrokery and the day in question.
Yes, sir, Master Lord said 140. I just want to say again, guys, we are like up to part 3. It took us the majority of stream to get to part 3 of this trial. Okay, that's all. Continue. That means we still might. It's still gonna take us till tomorrow to get through this. 12:41 on a different day. 12:41. Hoping it gets done today. 12:31. What's happening? I waited. We know, especially you. Hey. I think that's the first time you've ever called me a bitch. Really? Really? First time? Listen, I try not to insult those closest to me. And I don't want to insult you. But I will kindly. I said respectfully. Respectfully. Damn? But also you weren't talking about me, so like, oopsie, I'm sorry, I love you. Please forgive me. It's okay, I'll never do it again, okay? No, I don't even call Adara a bitch half the time. I only call Adara a bitch if it's very specifically in context, right? Where I'm like, damn, bitch! Seriously? I just realized that, like, the action music's still playing. Oh, no, it isn't. It sounded like it. Hi, Genome. How are you holding up? Starting to feel quite warmly towards her frequently cold shoulders now.
Ginny! Are you alright? Why aren't you saying anything?
What's the point, eh? Why all this trouble and fight so hard for the likes of me?
What?
Oh, you saw it. That picture. What picture?
Oh, you mean this one? The photograph taken by Hurley's red-handed recorder? The RHR. Well, I didn't think it would have captured a scene like this, that's for sure.
It's hopeless. Anyone who's seen that's gonna think I did it, ain't they? Well, I won't pretend it wasn't a bit of shock when the prosecution first presented it. Surely you gotta have your doubts about me. You can't still think I'm innocent. Of course I can.
Ginny, why don't you talk to us? Tell us what really happened that night.
Yeah.
Bruno's cleverly managed to piece together a lot of new information, but still, we'd really like to hear it from you.
Alright then. It was after we had the dinner together at your place, right, Iris? That's when we had a chat up in your office, didn't we? Yeah, I remember. She's so pretty. After that, I just couldn't get to sleep, so I slipped out. I went down the street to the 221. Slipped down the street to the 221. To Wendy Banks's place. I had to know if Iris' story was there or not. The Hound of Baskerville. I don't know what it's about or nothing, but if you ask me, there's some in it that Sholmes don't like. Something what he don't want people reading. So that's why he lied to Iris about sticking it in lug with Winterbanks for safekeeping. At least that's what I thought at the time. So you broke into Winterbanks's? I just had to know if it was there or not. I mean, I had no idea all of that was gonna kick off now, did I? I struck the lock and snuck inside. It was dark as you like in there. So I gave the oil lamp on the counter a bit of wick, and that's when... What do you think you're doing in here? Ah! I nearly died, I did. Next thing I knew... I'd grabbed the gun off the counter and was waving it in there like, I don't know what. Ah, you're the girl who was in here this afternoon. I didn't think pickpockets went in for armed robberies. The mantle script, have you got it here? Did Sholmes leave a load of papers with you, a story? I beg your pardon? Hounds of something or other. If it's here, I want to see it. I'm sorry, young lady, but I'd sooner die than relinquish an article belonging to one of my customers. I don't want it. What would I do with it anyway? I just want to see if it's here, that's all. Oh, you want to see it, do you? I want to know if Sholmes really pawned it here or not. Please, just let me see it and I'll go. Oh, very well then. But for pity's sake, stop waving my gun around, would you? So when the old cove unlocked the storeroom door, we both went inside. And it was there, all right, the mantle script. Sholmes weren't lying after all.
You did all that just to check for me, Jenny?
Anyway, and then there was a bit of a kick-up in the main bit of the shop. Skulkin Brothers arrived on the scene. Yeah. Yes. What was that noise? Someone's breaking in. Dear me, is there some burglars convention here tonight that I don't know about? I think I forgot to shut the door behind me, sorry. I better go and take care of it. Could I possibly have my gun back? Oh, well, I'll come with you and... Now don't be foolish, young girl. You must stay right here. Don't leave this room under any circumstance. Oh, he cared about her! Cared about her before the end. Oh, he's such a good guy. Oh, even though she like threatened him just before. Oh, okay, I'm so fine. And with that, he took the gun out of my hands and walked back out into the shop. Back in the storeroom, like he said, straining my ears in the dark to hear what was going on. Sounded like they got into a bit of a scrap. Started to think I should help, see? So I was just about to go out of the storeroom myself when... Bang, bang. Bang, bang, 2 bullets. Heard a couple of shots go off. 2, I think. Almost at the same time. 2 shots. At the same time. Two shots. And then he was, right at my feet, lying face down on the floor. I was right next to the storeroom, so I slammed it shut and locked it quick as you like. Because you thought whoever had shot Mr. Windybanks might come for you. Yeah, so I went to grab the old cov's gun. I figured I'd put up a fight at least. But when I got a better look at him, I knew... Windybanks was a goner. I felt funny and mad all of a sudden, kinda dizzy. And all that, I don't remember nothing.
Okay, There was a simple explanation all along. She's queasy at the sight of blood.
Guys, thank you everyone for coming here tonight. I said as much. Did you? She just straight up fainted. It's so funny that she just fainted.
We had all of these really interesting theories, I just want to say.
Must be when you passed out, Genome. If I hadn't done what I had done, old Cove might still be alive. Did you tell the police everything you just told us? Of course I did. And they didn't believe a word of it, did they? All they said was if I'm gonna keep telling lies, they'll make things even worse for me. Yeah, it's almost like intimidation doesn't work when a police does it. Hi Ashley, how's it going? Good to see you.
It's alright, Ginny. Don't worry. Just stay strong a little longer. Runa's about to put the real culprit through the mill. We're gonna cook him up in a stew.
That Cov, what was there in the afternoon? That Eggert Benedict, fuck. I still remember how he looked at me like I was nothing.
I don't like the animation here.
He was that night. He was there that night. We don't know his real name yet, but I'm convinced that he's involved somehow. Anyway, thanks for telling us what happened, Gina. Appreciate your honesty. You what?
You can leave it all in Runo's capable hands now, Ginny.
Mr. Narelda? Yeah? How come you trust me? I don't get it. I mean, have you forgotten what happened here before? Come on, it was only 2 months ago. Me and Miguel did, we told you all a pack of lies. And you got the bog trouble off with him, even though he was a killer. No, I could never forget that. Oh. I did what I thought was best at the time, but the pain of that error of judgment doesn't get any easier to bear. Still, don't forget that I also made you a promise. I told you that I'd be on your side to the bitter end, no matter what. But what if I'm lying? You could be working to get another killer off the hook for all you know. Oh, kid. I was once in your position, Gina. I was the accused in a trial. You were? Before I left Japan, I was accused of murder, and strange as it might sound, the circumstances of the crime was pretty damning. I was sure that no one would believe it wasn't me who'd done it.
Oh, Runo.
But there was one person who stood up for me, who believed in me, and was prepared to defend me. Kazuma-sama, my gay lover. Oh, I mean my best friend. Yes, best friend and gay lover, of course. This isn't an Ace Attorney game without some gay, okay? Ryunosuke, no one believes in you more than I do. Leave this to me. All you need to do is put your faith in me, and I will do the rest. I was so happy, I cried. But even then, somewhere inside me, I couldn't help thinking, surely he doesn't really believe in me. Not completely. But I was wrong. As soon as my trial began, it was obvious that he had an absolute unwavering belief in me. He's doing all this. And in turn, I developed an absolute unwavering belief in him. And we kissed a little bit on in the middle of court. It was hot. The judge ruled that it was okay, though. Sorry. Since then, I came to realize, if you want someone to believe in you, you have to believe in the other person first. What are you saying? I promise you, Gina, that no matter what happens, I'll keep believing in you. So you don't need to worry. I won't let you down. Even though I'm a diver and a no-good liar. You're not like McGilded. I know that.
Eh? That's right. You're our friend, Ginny.
Iris, we know you better than you think. We've come to the conclusion that you're somebody we can trust.
Yeah,
That's really all you need to know.
exactly.
Mr. Naroda, Aw. I love you, Gina. Return to the courtroom. That took an hour. Okay. I developed a big crush on him and took him out to dinner and then talks about his date for the next 5 hours. I mean, that makes so much sense. I was like, where did an hour disappear from? He was totally talking about him the whole time. He won! Arrest him! Oh my god. Both a defendant and a defending lawyer in my time, so I knew only too well just how hard it was to put all of your faith in another, and I also knew just how hard it was to bear the burden of another putting all their faith in you. This is at last the final chapter, the final battle. Wish me luck, Susato-san. I hope you're watching over me too, partner. I just want to say this is still only part 3, but sure, yeah. 1:41 p.m. Resuming the trial of a bunch of dudes with deep voices that I can't say. Is it bedtime yet? Fuck. Sorry, my voice is getting real tired. Okay. Yeah, I can only apologize, my lord. Although the defense chemical analysis of the blood at the scenes makes for a compelling argument, I cannot permit such untried methods to be used as evidence in my court. Thank you. Okay.
That's a big mistake to cross Hurley and me. Very big mistake.
My lord, the subpoenaed witness has just arrived in the building. Thank you. What's your real name, fucker? Oh yeah, well, 4 lads up in the front. Thank you for complying with the court's subpoena at such a short notice, sir. But of course, my lord, as an upstanding member of London society, it's my pleasure to oblige. Oh, kindly state your name. Ashley Graydon, communications officer. Somehow, I still believe this is another alias. We don't know, this guy could be Moriarty, and we don't know. And great Mr. Graydon and I work at London Central Communications Station. Now, perhaps somebody would kindly explain what this is all about. You were apprised of the situation by the court officer on your way here, I presume? Yes, I was. Something to do with a murder that took place at a pawnbroker's on Baker Street. Baker's, and some nonsense about me having been there on the night in question. That is the accusation, indeed. That really is beyond a joke, you know. He does look Moriarty-ish. He does look. He does look. I'm sorry. He does look Moriarty-ish. I agree. He's very suspicious, but it's hard to believe that he'll just magically be like, haha, goodbye, bitches, smoke bomb, I'm out. I'm just saying, he should be the big bad guy in the second game. That's what I'm anticipating, so. Gladly, my lord, gladly. If a guy moves like that, don't trust him. If a girl moves like that, marry them, okay? Because I do that. I'm like, woo. That's the only reason I say that. Naturally, I have occasion to make use of pawnbroking services from time to time. But are you seriously suggesting I colluded with these thugs to break into the place on the night of the murder?
I have no intention of admitting to such an outrageous accusation, even if certain parties here present claim that my blood was found at the scene. Some Scaramouche... Sure. Scaramouche detectives' homebrewed tincture can hardly be taken as serious evidence. Yeah! Thanks, Lily. Thank you. So you deny the accusation completely? I must say, I am dismayed. For the highest court in the land to be swayed by the self-professed detective's toy. It was the will of the jury, and our great British justice system demands that the jury's will is upheld. Then it would seem we have the misfortune of a most inept assembly of jurors today. By golly. How long am I expected to be detained here? If following the defense's cross-examination, your involvement in the matter has not been established, you'll be free to leave immediately. Good. Then I shall be away in time for afternoon tea. Some small consolation at least. We don't care about what the fuck you're going through, mate. Or is it Mr. Graydon? My apologies, you are. Reinosuke Naruhodo, defense's lawyer. We have met. Why would you call yourself Eggert Benedict? If you say so. Ashley Graydon. Enchanté. So... Screenshot that. I trust we can conclude this quickly. I really like his hair, but no one... Shh, I didn't say that. Ugh, I'm not holding your flashy white hat while you do. Is the hat gonna disappear back into his... Nope, okay, he just leaves it off. Why not? Ugh. No, I want to go the other way. I mean, I haven't pushed anything yet. Okay, cute. Push everything. You introduced yourself, using a different name. It was Mr. Eggert Benedict, I believe. Tell me, what made you? The witness is here to testify about events that took place that night. What was he doing at the time of the crime? Did we discuss that? He is under no obligation to answer such unrelated questions. You can't be serious. Thank you. Thank you. Because I certainly do not feel inclined to answer such an inappropriate question. He's gonna be evasive, is he?
I'm gonna fucking stab him.
Hold it!
Have you seen these two men before? This pair? No, I don't associate with criminals. I like how they look away, said by a man who introduced himself as Eggert Benedict. I'd like to know who I have to thank for this. Who made this outlandish accusation against me?
Indeed.
The young lawyer there in the black. This is a farce. Whose idea was it to permit an outsider to work in a British court anyway? Guys, come on. We need to stop this.
Hold it!
Where were you at around the time in the morning? Thank you. Good question. That is past the hour at which I would normally retire. Certainly. I was not in the company. They keep not making eye contact. It's so funny. I was not in the company of these rapscallions. You able to prove that?
Objection!
Listen carefully, my friend. For you appear to be under a gross misapprehension on this point.
What do you mean?
The witness maintains he was not at the scene of the crime. He has no obligation to prove his absence. If your accusation is that the witness was present at the scene, show some fucking proof.
Anyway, that's what he said. That's what the game said. I hate daylight savings. I want my meds to work. It's okay, Aelin. It's alright. Just gotta, like, adjust it a little at a time. Like, the time. Like, you're giving yourself more time to wind down. And, like, adjust it back. Or something. Alright. What is this guy doing? This guy wants to be a Disney princess. A silent victory wiggle. Thanks. Oh.
Hold it!
Could you show your thumb? Blood was found at the scene of the crime, there's no question of that. Do you have any wounds on you? Can you show them? I'm not the only human to have blood running through my veins, am I? How can you be sure that the blood is mine? It could equally be the blood of one of these two miscreants. Every individual's blood has a slightly different composition. Spare me the science lesson. Who is the Sholmes character anyway? Oh, I assume all Londoners would know the name. He's so great. Oh, a renowned detective.
So even you are unable to bring yourself to say a great detective.
Excuse me.
You have something to say about that, Mr. Skulkin. Nash. What, me? No, the guy beside you.
Right, I've had it up here with this. How many times have I got to tell you?
Yes, I know you're not Big Brother Sulky.
Good bit, good bit. Mr. Nash.
Yeah, call Pliny Governor. Yeah, what?
Is it not the case that when Mr. Grayson just spoke, a thought went through your head? Sheriff with the class?
Me? Thoughts? I don't have none of them. It must have been him. You what?
Mr. Nash, answer the question. What went through your mind when Mr. Graydon just spoke?
Nothing. Honest, Gov, nothing. I was just thinking if he waves his arms like that much more, open up the wound again, that's all.
What wound?
Oh, wait, he took the bullet, of course. It was only 2 days ago. Ain't gonna be dealt with quickly. So I was, well, you know, I was worrying for him, and...
Oh, Hells Bells. Yes, Hells Bells, let's go. Mr. Graydon, did you hear that? What? Your comrade is worried about you, it seems. On account of your injured arm. My lord.
Yes, Mr. Graydon.
I have no idea what these two wretches are talking about. Certainly, I shouldn't expect to answer anything in relation to their mindless insinuations. We know that someone other than the victim was hit by the bullet at the scene of the crime 2 nights ago. And from the height of the bullet hole in the wall, that person was likely hit in the upper arm or thereabouts. Perhaps you'd allow a court official to examine your arm, sir? The left arm that you're currently clasping with your right, as if in pain. No, I refuse. You have shown no evidence whatsoever that links me to these common thieves. Accordingly, I'm not obliged to permit any such invasive invasion of my privacy. He's right, admittedly. As I've already said, I'm completely uninvolved in all of this. I've never had anything to do with the pawnbrokery where this fellow was killed whatsoever. Okay, that's a lie. I take offense at the insinuation that I was in any way involved.
You can have nothing whatsoever to do with Mr. Windybanks' pawnbrokery.
My lord, the defense would like that last statement to be added to Mr. Graydon's formal testimony.
Shit.
I've never had anything to do with the pawnbroker's establishment where the man was killed. Well, that's a lie. It's too overarching of a sentence. Is it bedtime yet? Not quite. R-E. Alright, so, what do we want to do? Surely we want to present the disc again.
Objection.
Okay. Have you seen this disc before, Mr. Grayson? Why? Is it supposed to mean something? This disc was until the day of the murder in pawn in Mr. Windybanks' shop. It was redeemed by the defendant, Mr. Gina Lestrade, that afternoon. However, somebody mysteriously appeared to try to take it from her. And that somebody was you, of course. Wasn't it, Mr. Graydon? I've reiterated numerous times now that you are mistaken. That was not me. I've never seen that disc before in my life. It may have escaped your notice, but there is a small smear of blood on the disc. Oh yes, resulting from the abrasion of a thumb, perhaps. That's right. The surface of the disc is covered in hundreds of tiny metal bumps. In the skirmishes to acquire the disc, the thumb of the person who tried to take it suffered minor lacerations. Show me your fingies. Come on. Show 'em, show 'em, show 'em. There's nothing wrong with it, okay? Let's show off those giant thumbs. So, while the disc bears the remnants of that skirmish in the form of this smear of blood, the thumb of the person in question must bear the remnants also in the form of a scratch. Good gracious, indeed it must. Mr. Graydon, take off the gloves. You refused to allow a court officer to examine your arm before. Are you now going to refuse to allow us to examine your thumb? Because I have no doubt that it bears a small scratch consistent with the smear of blood on this disc. Well, it would seem I underestimated you. What is the meaning of this? So you admit it now? You admit you have a scratch on your thumb from when you attempted to take the disc from the defendant? So, we have a picture of you. Oh, Graydon! It will appear there has been something of a misunderstanding here. I did not attempt to take the disc, as you put it. No, quite the reverse. What are you trying to say? It's really quite simple, you see. The disc was mine from the outset. Is there some crime in taking an item that you own out of a pawn? What? It would seem, Mr. Graydon, that in this piece, sorry guys, in this piece of evidence, my friend has established a link between yourself and the incident. Accordingly, you will tell the court everything you know about this disc now. As you wish. I'm quite sure it has nothing whatsoever to do with the pawnbrokery murder. Testimony number 2. There's a note on the disc saying, "For McGilded," but the item belongs to me. The redemption ticket was stolen from me by the accused, that filthy guttling, on the day in question. I proceeded at once to the shop in order to explain my situation and redeem my article. In the end, of course, the disc was taken by the police. In other words, I had absolutely no reason to break into the shop later that same night. Correctly, sir. McGilded, you say? He perished in this very courtroom 2 months ago, after being acquitted of a distinctly messy murder. Yes, my lord, the one and the same. Good lord, Graydon. Are you saying Mr. McGilded and yourself were acquainted? Yes, that's correct. Order! Well, I certainly expect to hear that name uttered here in my courtroom again. According to what Gina told us, this disc was placed in the pawn on that fateful night 2 months ago. McGilded himself gave instructions to deposit it at Windybanks.
It's funny that Mr. Graydon here is claiming the disc belongs to him then, isn't it?
I agree. In all likelihood, he's lying. So he appeared that afternoon at Windybanks in order to get his hands on McGilded's disc for some reason.
Counsel, you will commence your cross-examination.
I'm just gonna place the save down, guys. I'm determined to go for just a little longer, but I'm also so sleepy.
Hold it!
Would you care to explain how this belongs to you? As you will observe, a communications officer such as myself commands a fine salary.
It's only exquisitely dressed, sir.
So you see, I have little need to make use of the services provided by the pawnbrokery trade. However, I did once find myself in difficulties having misplaced my purse while on an errand, which is why I pawned my fine black overcoat to... I mean, it's not a fine black overcoat, it was brown and it was tatty. To the broker in question. You claim that was your overcoat? Obviously, and in my haste I clean forgot that the music box disc was in my pocket.
Yet there is a note on it that reads for McGilded.
I am a collector of rare and unusual music boxes. I first met McGilded at a gentleman's club in the city and was interested to discover that he had shared my penchant in that area.
So the disc in question
is a pre-production sample. I promised to let McGilded hear it.
But then you forgot that it was in the pocket of the overcoat you were forced to pawn.
Convenient lies.
Gina didn't mention any of that in her testimony 2 months ago, did she?
No, because McGilded had threatened her to keep her mouth shut. Which means that if we dig too deeply here, it's going to expose Gina's perjury.
Oh dear, this is complicated, isn't it?
Let's leave it alone for the time being.
Hold it!
She was saying that Miss Lestrade lifted the ticket from your pocket or bag. That's right. Despite being mindful of danger when walking the insalubrious areas her kind frequent. Miss Lestrade did no such thing. Well, of course you would take that stance, but the girl's a regular offender. Came to the pawnbrokery that day prepared with all the information needed to identify the defendant. You were looking for her. That's what brought you to Windybanks's. To get your hands on Mr. McGilded's disc.
My friend is a veritable font of nonsense.
You're a font of nonsense. That's such a good line. Insults. Okay.
Hold it!
Had you ever been to Windybanks's before?
Only once, for the purposes of pawning something. But like many, I enjoy browsing in such establishments. So when you noticed that the pickpocket had taken your ticket, you chased after her, is that correct?
Yes, that's right. I didn't notice at first, of course, such is the art of the pick-purse. But when I did, I headed to the pawnbroker at once, in order to reclaim my coat before the thief could. I was merely trying to recover what was rightfully mine in the first place. Ugh. I mean, the ticket's gotta call him out here. Right?
Hold it!
Yes, it was taken by Inspector Gregson here, wasn't it? That's right. This was the very man. Apparently the police are collecting anything that has a connection to Mr. McGilded. As evidence.
Excuse me.
No.
You're doing great, Rinosuke.
Thanks, stop.
Don't forget what sleep is.
Don't forget what sleep is.
No worries.
Rooms are nice and cool though. It's kind of warm in here. I didn't realize.
Oh well, I just let the cold air in, so you should
That's
be
good.
okay.
That's right. I'm going to bed soon.
Yeah.
All right. I love you.
Oh,
Whoa, what do you mean?
Fuck, wrong, I don't know, whatever. Last remark by Mr. Grayson made in his testimony seemed to trouble you in a way.
No, it didn't. It's nothing. Leave it alone.
Let me ask you this, Inspector. Why is Scotland Yard gathering Mr. McGilded's possessions?
I can't tell you something like that, sunshine.
What is it, Inspector? Investigative secrets?
Yes, exactly. You should know all about that.
Magnus McGilded, who died so unexpectedly after his trial 2 months ago. A man renowned throughout the capital for his great contributions to public light in life, yet he has a dark side too.
Where are you going with this, Van Zeeks?
I suppose the police are dealing with the aftermath of his nefarious activities, are they?
That's enough. Coppers like me have duties to carry out we're not at liberty to talk about. That's all you need to know.
And duties conferred by Lord Strongheart, I presume.
Sus.
The LCJ appears to have great faith in you, Inspector.
The bottom line is, if you want to get more out of me, you're gonna have to kill me. You're gonna need Lord Strongart's paw print first.
What's this all about? It's like there's something going on between Gregson and Lord Van Zeeks here.
Appear the Inspector has revealed all he is at liberty to reveal.
Hold it!
Perhaps you'd seen something of value among the forfeited items.
No, not at all.
Oh?
A valuer was a valuer was brought in by the police to assess everything in the shop. Without any exception, every article in the shop was common or garden bric-a-brac. Have you not been listening, man? Even if I had wanted to recover the disc, you may recall that it has been seized by the police that afternoon. There was no more in the shop that night than I. As I keep saying, I simply had no reason to break in.
So nothing of McGilded's left in the shop that night. Nothing this man might have been after. I wonder if that's really true.
I don't know. If you have some evidence, then let him have it. I'm dying to see that irritating, assured expression of his crumble.
She's scary. They're giving me the impression... Oh shit, wrong button. Fuck. They're giving me the impression in all of this that Gregson possibly returned the disc. After everything that happened, he returned the disc, not because he was collating the information about McGilded, but was trying to hide all the information about McGilded. And what better way to hide information about something than give a pawnbroker a random item? Okay, G. I do want to, like, try and figure out what the right thing to present here is, and then I will stop. Okay, so the redemption certificate was stolen from you by the accused on the day in question. Okay, so this is the thing that's wrong, because this, where is it? This? Date deposited 15th of February. So we have proof, and then we have the blood.
Objection!
Right? Okay, wrong one. Okay, I wanted the other ticket. I always get confused because there's the coat which had the disc in it, and then I think there was one for the disc itself. Hold on. No, look again. This is for the box. Wait, no, that's the box, not the ticket. Redemption ticket issued from the pawnbrokery owned by the victim in the form of some handwritten. One small box. Shouldn't this be this one? It's not the day that it happened. Ah, shit. Fuck up. I'm checking it. Just after admitting that he realized that he has done was accidentally revealed Graydon's injury, but Graydon refuses to examine an officer in order to confirm the existence of a bullet wound. No, it does say present the pawnbroker's ticket box. But it's not the box, it's the disc. Ugh, I don't, okay. You know what, fucking fine. Wait, no, it's saying... What? Press statement number 4, present at statement 5. Had absolutely no reason to break into the shop later that same night.
Hold it!
I pressed the wrong button. Fuck. Okay. Alright. I was off the mark. Okay. Statement number 5, I present the box. Which I'm just saying, I mean that just because someone else values something as a good item doesn't mean anyone else does, but whatever. I don't quite understand the connection between these things. This disc was deposited at Windy Banks on Magnus's McGilden's instruction. You knew that, and you went there with the intention of obtaining it for yourself. Conjecture again. In any case, the disc was taken into custody by the police that afternoon. The witness had no reason to visit the pawnbrokery again that night. Sorry, my learned friend, but that's not true. Yeah, flip the table on him. What? Mr. McGilda had another article in pawn at the Windy Banks', as this second pawnbroker's ticket proves. Ugh. There were 2 articles belonging to Mr. McGilden in Windy Banks' pawnbrokery, and the reason you broke into the shop that night was to recover the second one. Together with your 2 accomplices, the Skulkin brothers. Ugh. This is the second ticket, is it? What had the man deposited? The article description reads, 1 small box. Rather a vague description, it seems. Are you suggesting that I broke into the pawnbrokery with these clowns in order to steal some trinket box? I believe there are adequate grounds to suspect that you did. This is absurd. Why on earth would I do such a thing? Once the article had been forfeited, I could simply walk into the shop and purchase it. There would be absolutely no need for me to resort to theft. That's a good point. The witness makes a solid argument.
So that means, for some reason, this Graydon fella needed the small box that very night, didn't he?
Objection!
It's time to put an end to this nonsense, my lord. Would you be a little less cryptic, Lord Van Zieks? I do hate to ruin my learned friend's argument, but the truth is quite incontrovertible. On the night in question, no small box was taken from Mr. Windybanks' pawnbrokery. And rest assured, the prosecution can prove it. What? Alright, hold. We're just gonna save here. It's getting interesting again, and I'm a little confused, and I'm very sleepy, so we're going to bed. I might nap. BG3 tomorrow, 3:30 your time then? Yes. Yes. Well, whenever you manage to be awake. EP, go get that sleep, girl.
Do we need to get Iris to blast the receipt blood with her gun? We've already done that. We've already done that. Exit. Alright, love you, Lily. Have a good sleep, nap, everything. I'm hoping the meds kick in fully soon. I hope so too. I hope so too. It's been a long day. Thank you for stream. Rest well. Thank you, Estania. Have a great sleep, Han. Thanks, Aylin. Love you too. Have a good sleep. Love you too, Lily. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you'll have an excellent day today and tomorrow. Hopefully we will finally complete this game tomorrow. And hopefully it won't end too interestingly that I'll want to start the second game. Which is also a choice. Or we could start it as like as a taster. Get through the tutorial of the next story. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. Take care, and I will see you all tomorrow. Alright? Bye-bye. Nighty-night, Balvon. Sleep well, everybody. Yeah. I need music.